don't know how to like bring up the topic. Hey,
What
episode
topic?
12. Let's talk about dead babies now. Like
Who told you it was episode 12?
I pay attention.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank
I
you.
listen to all of your podcasts.
I had no idea you were a fan. How do you like them?
They're good.
They're good?
Every time Isaac comes on, I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be great.
I can't wait. I can't wait to have Isaac come on again.
It's gonna be great.
I should have invited him to this one.
And then I was friends with Alex. We went to like a camp together, and so when I saw her, I was like,
Wiley?
yes. I was like, yes.
Bean Squad. Shout out to Bean Squad.
Shout out to Bean Squad.
But yeah, I've been recording, so we already started.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna play an intro song for a little bit.
This is my life and I'm here for it.
It's loud.
It took a lot to get off drugs. Yeah, I had to force it.
This is
I
Kyle
could've
Trevor.
died several times. I've several
Shout out to
rhymes,
that
several
dude.
dimes, so sever my spine
I went to high
multiple
school with him.
times.
Did you go to Canyon?
But I
did.
didn't let it happen.
Nice. When'd you
I ran
graduate?
through a pencil and a pad
2017.
and start rapping. My
I know,
life was
I know.
upside down.
I'm young.
Thankfully, I turned
You're
it
young
back
as shit.
around.
Are you
Never
19
happy,
yet?
no frown.
Well, I
Feeling
will
like
be
a king
in
with
May.
a crown.
Oh, you have to
Michael
leave.
Phelps lifestyle, never will I drown.
I have to
Stand up
leave?
tall.
Okay.
It's you against the court, so go ahead and grab the ball. All you people hating, you can stand out in the hall. And when I make it big, I won't be answering your call.
I forgot to ask if you wanted anything to drink.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, you heard it
Okay,
right.
'cause all I have is water.
Okay.
I have a beer.
No, I'm good.
I know you're a minor, but
I'm not a beer fan, though. Not that I would ever
How's your
drink.
baby these
did you
days?
drink yesterday?
How you gonna talk shit on me?
No.
When I'm sober as a bird and your bitch on
I'm
me.
sorry.
You keep shitting on yourself, you can't shit on me. Your bitch is kinda ugly, get your bitch off me. You a hoe. Used to pop Xannies.
All right. That was Kyle Trevor from his album This Is My Life. Or is that the song? The name of the song is also This Is My Life. So
Look at that.
good job, Kyle. Out here grinding. He's on Spotify, Apple Music. Just dropped an album not too long ago. He's gonna be on here, and we're gonna go over. He wants to go over every track list. I think it's gonna be in April, so stay tuned for that. But today I'm here with Kaylee Mays. She is a future historian. She wears green shirts, and she has glasses, and she seems like she's a fun person to talk to. So what's up?
What's up?
Tell
I don't
her-
wear green shirts all the time. Sometimes I switch up and wear blue.
Did you wear green yesterday?
Maybe.
It was St. Patrick's Day, so you get beat up if you don't. It's a new rule.
I get beat. Oh, I wasn't aware.
You what?
I wear green all the time though, so I'm just prepared for
Oh.
all the holidays. Yeah.
That's cool. So you're always lucky.
Yes. All the time.
Congratulations. So what are you studying in school right now?
Secondary education with
Secondary
specialization in
education.
history.
Specialization in history.
Yes. I love
But you're only a freshman?
It's my first year in college, but based on all the dual credit hours that I have, I'm technically a sophomore. So I'll be a junior next semester. So
Congratulations. But you haven't taken any core classes yet?
yes,
What's the funnest class you've taken so far?
none of them. No, photography. Photography is really fun.
That's cool. You should have taken pictures of me.
Taking pictures of you.
I was in a graphic design class, and it was almost photography,
Almost photography.
except I skipped every Friday, so
Yeah, that'd be.
I barely passed.
Well, it was fun. We used to go to a lot of field trips, I guess.
Where'd you go?
Went to 6th Street a lot. He used to just send us. He'd be like, okay, go. Here's some cameras. Go take pictures. And we're like, okay.
Just to like outside or like storefronts or like what? Anything?
All of them. Well, we went on the scavenger hunt, and it was like an antique scavenger hunt. So we had to try and find 24 different things, and we went to this woman's back of her shop, and she had a bathtub, and we're like, yo, can we take pictures in your bathtub? And she was like, yeah. And
In
then
the
we saw
bathtub?
this saw, yeah, and then we saw this saw, like a hand saw from like the 1940s. And we're like, yo, can we take pictures with your saw? And so we had to submit these pictures, and people sent pictures of trucks and motorcycles, and there was me and my friend just taking pictures with these saws and hammers on tricycles, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. But
That's
that was
cool.
probably the funniest. I'm doing a lot of my basics right now, and so I'm waiting to get into my core classes. I really can't wait. I'm so excited, but to get rid of biology and algebra and
What gets you excited about history?
all of it. I wish people were as excited about history as I am. I absolutely love history, but I don't know. There's no one particular part of history that I like.
Really?
Really.
There's
I
not
love
like
all of
one thing that you've studied the most?
World War II is probably
World
my
War II.
favorite era.
That's cool. I know nothing about World War II. So that's good to know. I know Cuba Gooding Jr. was there. Ben Affleck was there. Matt Damon.
Was in World War II?
Yeah, they all three of them.
Oh, okay.
Because Cuba Gooding Jr. wasn't even supposed to be shooting guns. He was like the potato peeler, and he jumped out there and he was like, doo, 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 doo. He shot down planes. And then like Ben Affleck, like they thought he died, and Matt Damon like stole his girlfriend, and then he was like, they thought I was dead for a year, and that's Pearl Harbor.
That's Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
I didn't research that much about Pearl Harbor, but
Yeah, watch the movie. It's based on a true story.
is it?
I hope that's the
Is
right.
it really?
I hope that's the Cuba Gooding Jr. movie I'm thinking of, and it's not a different one, because I'm gonna look dumb.
Matt Damon's like, oh man, this fall.
But anyway,
Close.
call in and let me know what that movie is that has Cuba Gooding Jr. peeling potatoes. Just kidding. It's probably Pearl Harbor. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, we're gonna talk about. She told me an interesting story about how Alexander Graham Bell is basically Hitler. So let's.
It's basically Hitler. Okay, okay.
That's a good segue, right?
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell you why that's wrong and right at the same time. Okay, so Alexander Graham Bell, I don't know how much you've studied about him.
I know he invented the telephone.
He did not, but that's okay. He just patented it. He didn't invent it. No, he's just the first to patent it.
Oh,
just like Edison didn't invent the light bulb.
Do you know who invented it?
Florentine was the first one to invent the telephone. Yes, he
Really?
was credited with inventing the
Is
telephone.
he Italian?
Probably.
Cool. So he was credited with it, but nobody wanted to fuck with his phone.
Alexander Graham Bell is credited with it, but it's just like Edison with the light bulb. He had a lot of employees under him, and he used to bully people out of their ideas and so he was credited with it, but he probably stole the idea from someone else.
So like he bullied people?
Yes.
Was he scary? Was he intimidating?
Basically Hitler.
Whoa. Now we're getting down to the
I'm
nitty
sure
gritty.
Yeah, but I mean, it was back then. It was a race to invent things, and so just like his race with Tesla, it was the first to get whatever.
Tesla invented it first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but nobody liked his bulbs. See, it's like
The
you got to be
bulbs.
marketable. You got to be a good
bulbs.
inventor, and you also have to be marketable. Because
But-
no one knows who Florentine is.
Florentine, yeah.
That's a dish at Olive Garden, probably. I don't know.
Probably with unlimited breadsticks and Florentine sauce. But Alexander
go.
Graham Bell, he lived in the late 1800s, and so this was decades and decades before Hitler, did his stuff. But Alexander Graham Bell he studied the physiology of speech, and so he believed strongly that if you didn't know how to speak, you basically were unworthy to live. So a life that did not have speech and communication and that sort was not a life worth living. And so he, in 1871, he taught speech to deaf children, which is oralism. So it's teaching deaf children to speak and to read lips. However, it's very hard to learn how to speak when you can't hear. And so he taught them how to speak based on vibrations on their neck and on their face.
Like bats. Right? No? Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Okay. And in 1872, he opened a school for teachers to teach deaf children how to speak. But he wanted to improve human breeding. And that's what eugenics is. This whole eugenics movement or eugenics project that both Hitler and Bell were a part of is the movement to create a better human breed. Now, Alexander Graham Bell thought that deafness was hereditary. And to a degree it is, but for the most part it's not. But he thought that it was, even though his wife and his mother were deaf. But anyway, he wanted to basically eliminate all deaf people. And so he, not he himself, but people of this movement used to sterilize deaf people, or he would tie their hands behind their back so they couldn't use hands.
What do you mean by sterilize? Like I'm sorry.
Inject medicines and things into them so they can't reproduce.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Or how do I say this in a way that my grandma will not get
Castrated.
offended at? Yeah. Genital mutilation was performed also.
They still do that.
This
Do that in the Middle East. And I guess circumcision can technically be genital but it's like so accepted. I don't know, but keep going, sorry.
Okay.
I get off track.
He basically believed that if you were deaf, that you couldn't speak, your life wasn't worth living, and so he prevented deaf people from marrying each other.
Stop deaf murder.
Stop deaf murder. Only hearing people. From deaf people from marrying each other or interacting with each other. He didn't want deaf people to be friends, and so.
What did he think about Def Jam poetry?
Jam poetry?
Def Jam
I'm
poetry.
sure he wasn't a fan of it.
Okay.
Not slam poetry. Jam poetry.
Def Jam.
Def Jam.
Def Jam.
I'm sure he was not a fan.
Okay.
Or maybe he was, and just like in secret, he was like, nobody can know my secret, so I'm gonna eliminate deafness.
I
so
bet
that
he
nobody
like
can.
really loved like the Wu-Tang Clan, but he didn't want to talk about it.
I hope not. He also in 1884 wrote a memoir upon the formation of a deaf variety of human race, basically saying that sign language was evil and that deaf
Really?
people were cursed, yeah, and that they're gonna take over the hearing people and take over our world or whatever. And so he really didn't want. He saw it as a threat, basically. He really thought that their lives were not worth living and that they were just a giant threat to humanity. And that's very unfortunate. I did a project in high school about this. We were going to do this balloon, and on the outside of the balloon was all the fabulous things that he did for hearing people.
Mm-hmm.
And on the inside of the balloon, we were going to pop the balloon during the presentation and have all the bad stuff that he did. But our balloon popped 2 days before our presentation, so I made a poster instead. But
Oh, why didn't you just make another balloon?
it was too much work.
Because I just imagine
It
it,
was.
like filled with helium, and then it like rains confetti of bad ideas. You know, like eugenics.
Disappointment and sadness. Got that A+ on that sadness and
It's a
disappointment.
good project idea. That's
We were
crazy to
disappointed.
pick out that group of people, just deaf people.
Yeah, he was. It surprised me how threatened he was about it, but
Do you know? Does he have like a body count?
I hope not. I really, really hope not.
See, I tried to Google it. I tried to Google what was it? I can't think right now. Alexander Graham Bell tortures deaf kids. Like that's what I Googled. And like
Really?
nothing would really come up. It would say like his work helping
Oh,
children
God.
and
Yes.
10
yes.
facts. Da-da-da-da-da.
I tried to look up the ways they used to kill deaf children, and that's a really bad thing to look up. But
I bet. I
It
bet
just-
you're on a watch list right now.
probably,
You probably can't fly.
or be near daycares.
Yeah, definitely. Orphanages. Have you ever seen an orphanage?
I have not.
Me either. You think they'd be like more open, you know, like, hey, we got kids over here. But I've never.
I mean, I've seen a children's home. If that's
Is that the same thing?
no,
See, I've never seen an orphanage. Where are they at? Are there any?
I don't.
Are there any nearby?
I don't know.
I just want to go
I'm
visit.
not like, hey, let's go sightsee some orphanages today.
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
you want to go to Wuggerbert? No, I want to go see this orphanage today. Let's
I'm
do
just
that.
saying, when they're trying to get rid of dogs, you know, they go to parking lots. They're like, look at these dogs. Like when they're trying to get rid of kids, they don't. What is their selling point? What do they?
I hope nothing.
At least hold
Oh,
them out in
God.
front of the orphanage. Be like, look at these. You know, someone will stop
Look
by.
at these kids.
Yeah,
Or
look at these.
dogs.
Look at these kids. They could sure use a good home. You know, that type of stuff. Anyway, back to Alexander Graham Bell.
Oh man. Anyway, I tried to look at like how he killed it, but he did not specifically. It was just the movement that he was involved in and that he supported killed deaf kids. So fast forwarding to decades later, the people that Hitler persecuted. So it wasn't just Jewish people, but Polish people,
Gays.
people, the
Blacks.
gays. Yeah.
I'm just go ahead.
No,
Polish
yeah.
people. I think it's Polish
No,
people
you're
that
right, yeah.
Germans still don't like. Because there were some German exchange students at my high school, and they would talk shit on Polish people. I mean, they were like joking, you know, like kind of like
Really?
how
I
like
mean-
how Americans will talk shit on Mexicans. Be like, ah.
I'm mostly German. I think Polish sausage is a shit, man.
You're mostly German.
Yeah.
I think I'm like half German. I don't know what I am.
Half
There's a lot of German.
German.
There's a lot of German in me
A lot of German.
to some extent.
Do you like Polish sausage?
I don't know. Is there a difference between Polish and regular? Don't look at me like that. I don't appreciate that. We need to get a camera so I can look at facial expressions.
Facial expressions. Is there a difference between
She gave me a
Whataburger and
dumb look.
McDonald's?
Yes.
There is?
I-
Yes.
I ate
okay, then
Whataburger
you-
for lunch
okay.
today.
Is there a difference between grass and clouds?
Oh, that is a tough question. Let me Google that.
Google that.
Grass is the one that's like in the sky, right?
Yeah.
And the clouds. We walk on the clouds.
Yeah.
No, I'd say there's not a difference.
There's not a difference? Oh, okay. Then the sausage must be similar.
Is that your favorite type of sausage?
German sausage is my favorite type of sausage.
Mine's Mexican sausage.
Is that a thing?
I ate it for breakfast. Yeah, chorizo.
Oh, okay. I was
Have you
like,
had it
isn't
before?
that- No, because
What?
no,
You are way too German.
I'm way too white.
Yeah, way
Just
too
in
white
general.
German.
When I worked at Taco Villa for a while, and I couldn't pronounce that.
Couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all have
pronounce it? Yeah. And so every time somebody would order, I'd be like, I have 2.
Well, a lot of people say
burritos.
chorizo.
Chorizo.
Yeah, that's the white way to say it.
Chorizo.
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 Did you just say it like that?
No. I said chorizo. That's why I've learned.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But yes, you are right. The
Mm-hmm.
blacks and gays. I wouldn't say it like that, but anybody
Blacks and
that was
gays,
not,
said Kaylee. She
blacks
said,
and gays.
I hate blacks and gays.
I
That
did
was
not.
so far.
I did not.
That was way
not.
too much.
Just. But anybody not of German or related blood. So, yes.
It's like the Aryan. Is that where the Aryan race originated?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if somebody lived in East Prussia, but they were blonde hair and blue-eyed, or they had the body figure of what Hitler had, then they would be excused. So, anyway, he people from Yugoslavia, whatever, physically disabled and mentally disabled, so blind and deaf. But also they experimented on twins and criminally insane people.
I saw that shit. That's scary. That's scary, man.
What part did you?
Well, it was like they would like experiment on twins and like basically like mutilate them and try to like
with like radiation.
figure out their
explosions.
DNA and shit.
Yeah.
That's
So you could like make
crazy.
duplicates of them.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
And like just the most evil thing imaginable, man. It's crazy. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. Continue.
No, you're on a roll here. But anyway, so okay. So the things that he used to, the gas chambers and the drug overdoses and lethal injections and the gas vans and the buses were taken from the area that Alexander Graham Bell lived in. So decades before, what they used to do is they used to paint the windows of vans or buses or whatever.
Yeah.
And put the lethal gas inside the bus. So when the children got on the bus, they would just kill the children in mass numbers. And so that particular method of killing was taken from Alexander Graham Bell. So he wasn't Hitler necessarily, but he was similar to Hitler.
Like he was Hitler's motivation.
Yes. Hitler, Hitler looked to the eugenics movement in the 1800s for inspiration for.
So was
how
that a
he was
pretty
gonna
big
kill.
movement? Or were there other people involved, or was it just Bell being a weirdo?
Oh no, there was other people involved,
Really?
and
So
a
that was
lot
like
of the a lot of
Pre-Nazis.
so Alexander Graham Bell just didn't go out in the streets and shoot
Alexander Graham
children's-
Bell was a pre-Nazi.
pre-Nazi.
You heard it here, folks.
We're
getting down to business.
He found the orphanages.
Yes.
But he didn't do the killings necessarily, but the police force did, or the SS did, and so it wasn't necessarily.
Wait, Alexander Graham Bell had a police force?
No, like.
Oh, you're
of
talking
the
about
city.
Hitler, right?
Of the city.
Really?
Yeah.
So
So
the
if we're
government was
in-
involved.
Yes.
So the government was rounding up deaf kids. Is that what you're saying?
Sort of.
For real?
I mean, this was a pretty big movement of we need to create the superior race. We need to create
And that was pre-Hitler?
pre-Hitler. Yeah.
What?
That's how we human. Here's who we need to get rid of to do that, and that was pre-Hitler, and then Hitler kind of added.
That's
onto that.
insane.
So Hitler was kind of same part of the.
So
same
then Hitler was like, let's just add Jews, everybody.
let's just add Jews and everybody else that doesn't look like my mother. Basically.
Think he had mommy issues?
He actually really, really, really loved his mother. His father used to beat him very severely, so much so that there would be like blood in his urine when he came home, and the school children would like tell the teachers. But
And he couldn't
really
grow
loved
like a
his
full
mother.
mustache because of that.
Exactly.
Oh.
His father was like, no, you can't have a mustache, anything else but the square. He was like, not even a triangle? He's like, no,
Not
just
even
the
a
square.
triangle.
Yeah, not even a triangle. But he really, really loved his mother, and he used to be an excellent, excellent painter. His paintings are beautiful if you ever get a chance to see them.
Really?
Yes. But after his mother died, he kind of became very, very bitter. But his mother was Polish, so I don't know what his struggle is.
I
with
wonder
Polish
how
people.
much a Hitler painting runs for these days.
Probably thousands and thousands of dollars.
Would you own a Hitler painting? Whoa,
Probably
paintings by Adolf
not.
Hitler. These are
Probably
really good.
not. Aren't they?
Yeah.
They're gorgeous. The landscapes and things.
Not bad, Hitler. I never thought I'd say this, but Hitler was not a bad. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy.
I don't know that I'd own one of his paintings. Dude, Bob Ross though.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently started watching Joy of Painting by Bob Ross, and I'm up to season 4 right now. But he has 30. Yeah.
You're on season
Yes.
4, like you've watched multiple episodes.
Yes, I've watched so many.
You have a problem.
I know.
You
I
have
know,
issues.
I know. Because I watched it as a joke. I was like, what's everybody's deal with Bob Ross? And then I saw one. I was like, oh.
Do you watch Antique Roadshow? Because those used to come on together.
I do not.
Okay, because I used to be down with PBS. I'd watch Arthur, Dragon Tales, Antique Roadshow,
I'm not that big of a nerd.
Bob
man.
Ross, the dude, what's his name, Mr. Rogers. That was Power. You know, that was a great time. I don't know why I said Power. Power Hour.
Mr. Arthur was though. He was
Arthur, Mr.
Yeah,
Arthur.
Mr. Arthur.
He was an aardvark. Aardvark. That was part of a thing on an episode. He had a spelling bee. Okay. Mr. Ratburn. Okay, we need to move on. Alexander Graham Bell. What who was his what was his motivation? Do you know? Like what do you know what was he abused as a child? Did deaf people pick on him as a kid?
I mean, his mother was deaf, so I hope not. I think his motivation was just that he thought that speech was the way to go, in a sense that any life worth living had speech and communication involved in it. And
But what about bats?
bats,
Yeah.
maybe he had a pet bat that he just.
Oh
kinda
no, they're
kept-
blind. They're not
kept
deaf.
around.
Damn it.
I was wondering where you were going with that. Maybe like
Never
sonar
mind.
location or whatever.
Mhm.
They're not completely blind. They're just partially blind.
Moles are blind, I think. There's fish at the bottom of the ocean that don't even have eyes because like it's so dark they don't even need eyes.
Yeah, because they've adapted to not have eyes. 'Cause they live in
crazy.
caves in the bottom of the. What's that like? Mountain range underneath? It's like a big ravine under. There's like a technical name for it.
Coral reef,
Sure.
Bermuda Triangle,
No,
the whale that swallowed Pinocchio.
absolutely. That's it.
I knew that was it.
That's it.
So what was the last important thing we were talking about?
That's important. Clouds.
So Alexander Graham Bell
No, World War II. World War II.
stole his ideas and killed deaf kids.
Yes.
American hero. Not so much a
American
hero after all.
It's really sad to
Tune
see
in
all
tonight.
this. Tune in tonight for
Clemente's Corner.
episode 12.
Episode 12. We are live. Kaylee's listened to every episode. She's my biggest fan. Anyone who told me you're my biggest fan, you're a liar. If you're listening right now, just know you ain't shit. I'm just playing. You're cool. You're cool.
But now he learned what an aloe vera plant is today, so.
Yeah, I learned what
We're
an aloe
making
vera plant
progress.
is. If you are cooking and you burn yourself and you happen to have an aloe vera plant that's painted blue and gold that you bought at United because they told you to be a good conversation starter, you can actually use the aloe vera and you squeeze it and you get like juice out. Oh, what's it called? Is it called juice? Aloe vera juice?
No.
Aloe vera. You
I
get
think it's just called
some aloe vera cream
aloe cream.
and you put it on a burn and it works. Yeah, I heard you can do that with mustard as well.
Can I ask who told you that though? Like some employee accidentally didn't know what this was, and they're like, "Oh man, we gotta sell this now. Let me just find this sucker and tell him it's a good conversation starter." And
Well,
then
yeah, I knew who
I'll
the
get myself for the day.
I knew who the lady was because she had insurance with the company that I work for, so I talked to her.
Why did she paint it blue though?
I don't think she painted
Why
it.
did she spray paint this plant blue?
It's just what United does. I don't know. Maybe it's a Mexican
Why?
thing. I was at Amigos, so maybe it's like a Mexican heritage. Like we spray paint our plants, you know. I don't think it is. I think it's just weird.
So if you spray paint it and kill it, you don't have to water it and keep it alive.
Well, she told me I should still water it, but I'm lazy, and I don't care about plants really. I might get some plants just to make it look, like more nice in here. I need to get some decorations. It's pretty plain in here.
I don't know.
But
I think that those boxes add some nice aesthetic to the room.
they really do, right?
Mhm.
Home Depot.
They're beautiful.
This podcast is brought to you by Home Depot. What's their
Shitty aloe
slogan?
vera plants.
More saving, more doing. Medium box. But yeah, World War II. Let's talk about that.
So, when we're talking about that day that I met you, we're talking about Nanking. When
Who's that?
The capital of China in 1937.
The capital of China is called
Yeah,
Nanking.
we were talking about no, it was in World War II. World War II arguably started when Japan decided they were going to be a bunch of assholes and just invade every other country that had more than land in there.
Mm-hmm.
So Japan was very jealous of China and other surrounding countries because they had a lot of land to farm, and to grow and to industrialize, and Japan's a very small country. And so they grew kind of jealous, and they decided to invade China. And they were headed for Nanking, which was the capital of China at the time. And so they, of course, pillaged and raped and burned all these cities.
The Japanese did?
Yes.
Wow.
Toward Nanking. But when they got to Nanking...
Wow.
But when they got to Nanking in December of 1937, they just went completely crazy. And they broke down the walls of surrounding the city. And
Make America great again. All right, keep going.
That's not even the right... Okay, whatever. And they physically and figuratively raped the city of Nanking.
Figurative rape is probably my favorite.
Favorite kind of what?
Favorite kind of rape.
Oh, okay. I would hope so.
Because it's not literal,
Yeah. But they would... There's supposed to be this established safe zone that the United States tried to help with. Which was on I believe it was, don't quote me on this, the south end of the city.
South end, I'm quoting on that.
Okay. And, please, somebody don't write that in your...
Write it down. Write it down on your upcoming test.
Don't use me as a source. What is E equal? I don't know. It's on the south side of Nanking. But, there's supposed to be this safe zone that all these citizens were allowed to get to, but the Japanese...
Samurais. I'm sure they were samurais. Okay.
I'm sure they were. Only the samurais could go on this mission. Little Joe in the corner was like, "Can I help?" No, you're not a samurai. But
exactly. Chill, bro.
Jesus Christ. This is so real.
Speaking of Jesus Christ, Hitler actually painted a picture of Jesus and Mary together.
Did he really?
Yeah. You want to see it? I don't know why Jesus has red hair.
Oh, that's not accurate at all.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
That's not accurate at all.
He's got like red hair and green eyes.
Oh my.
So if Jesus was Irish.
Jesus. Breaking news, everyone. You heard it here on Clemente's Corner. Jesus was Irish.
Irish Jesus. That's why we celebrated his birthday yesterday.
Of course.
St. Patrick Jesus Day.
Saint Jesus Day.
Iggy.
But
back to the Japanese. So
back to the samurais. They used to storm the city during the day and rape anybody that they can see or shoot them on the spot. Or sometimes there's this picture of they cut a Chinese man's head off and they propped it on a fence and they put a cigarette in his mouth. It's like a joke.
That's always interesting.
Cigarettes.
Not the cigarette part, just the beheadings and the
They used
display of beheadings.
Yeah, they used to take hundreds of people and take them outside of the walls and make them dig a giant pit, and then they just kill everybody and then cover up the pit. So they were digging their own graves.
And what was this event called?
The Nanking Massacre. The Rape of Nanking. If you want more information about it, a woman by the name of Iris Chang wrote a book called The Rape of Nanking. I would highly, highly recommend it to anybody that's not sensitive to it.
Bro.
Yeah.
I just googled the images.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. It got pretty bad. Like, granddaughters were forced to be raped by their grandfathers. Like, there was a lot of general mutilation involved.
Why did we not hear about this in school?
Because the United States likes to cover up their history and sugarcoat everything.
Oh my goodness. This is a head, just a severed head with a cigarette in its mouth, man.
That's what I just said.
I know, but like describe this.
I wish you did have to show all the other countries, hey, this is what's going on.
They're in like concentration camps. They're just getting stabbed.
Yeah. So they're in this safe zone, and they were told they were going to be safe in these buildings, and then the Japanese would just shoot up these buildings, or go in there. And...
Oh my God, there's a beheading.
I wish you did have cameras, because words cannot describe the events that went on.
Yeah, this is disgusting. You guys should Google this, because
Google it.
It's grotesque.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just a baby in blood, just crying.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There were around 300,000 people that were murdered between the December 1937 and January 1938.
How many?
300,000.
Holy shit.
So all this happened within about a month and a half time.
Whoa.
Yes.
Who stopped it?
I can't remember. I know there was countries that came in and stopped the Japanese and forced them to retreat. But
they look so much alike, you know? It's like, why can't y'all get along? Like North and South,
I don't think that's how
y'all
that
are the
works.
same people.
That's not how that works.
Basically.
I mean, Germany is very close to Poland, and yet
yeah, but
here
like,
we are.
Asians, I mean, come on, Asians. Y'all are amazing. You gotta stick together. You know?
talk Asians like Asia's. Like, everybody that's Asian
Asians,
is the same.
everyone that's not Russia in Asia. Come on, y'all gotta stick together. Right? Is that...
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, she
Sure.
gets it.
So like, everybody in North America needs to...
Oh, but look, there's a photo of this dude holding a dead child.
Yeah.
And its arm is, like, pulled out of socket.
And see, the Japanese used to do this
That's
is
so
for
fucking
fun. So
horrible.
they'd get, like, bored during the day and then just go kill a bunch of babies. And that would be their entertainment. And it was very...
There's so many photos of beheadings.
Yeah.
And it's literally called The Rape of Nanking, 1937. Mm-hmm. I can't believe this is going on. This is like...
And I want to say Iris Chang, her grandfather was involved with that. I believe her grandfather was in Nanking at that time. I don't want to say don't quote me on that, but you're going to quote me on that.
I will quote you on everything.
Okay.
You have been quoted. Oh, okay, I gotta stop looking. Oh my god. I can't believe this is even like allowed to be on the internet.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And
I mean,
that only happened because they were jealous of China?
Yes. That they felt like they would be better caretakers of that land, and that they deserved that land more than China did. But there's a lot of tragedies that we don't hear about. Like the Wilhelm Gustloff, the ship that was evacuating East Prussia. There was the Wilhelm Gustloff, the Lithuania, and then another ship. I can't remember the name of it.
What did you just say?
Wilhelm Gustloff?
Lithuania?
Sure. But the Titanic had a tragedy of almost 2,000 people. This particular ship, when it went down, killed almost 10,000 people. But nobody's heard of it because the German people didn't want people to hear about it. So in East Prussia, Germans sent these, Russia and Germany were kind of battling it out. And so, unfortunately, the consequence of that was the countries in between, Lithuania, East Prussia, Yugoslavia, whatever. And so, in this particular time, they were evacuating East Prussia. And they had these 3 big cruise ships, these luxury ships. And the ships themselves, I'm going to talk about the Wilhelm Gustloff specifically because it's the one I know most about. Mm-hmm. And the one that was torpedoed at the time. It was fit to sit about 2,000 people, and they fit about 10,000 people that day.
Wait, can you repeat that? How many people? Like, I know 10,000, but how many was it made for?
It was about 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and so they were really evacuating these refugees as fast as they could, as many as they could. People were in showers and swimming pools and everywhere. They had to rip apart the toilets of bathrooms so that people could fit in there and sleep in there.
Refugees from what?
From East Prussia and Germany and any really surrounding country that were German. Now, there were a lot of people on that ship that weren't supposed to be on that ship. So, again, for example, if you were related to the German race or whatever, you were allowed on the ship. But if you were Polish, you weren't allowed. And so it was basically German people, but other people kind of snuck on.
Yeah.
But they were getting everybody that they could. And finally they had reached they said, we can't anymore. Well, the mothers and, the people that were down at the dock that couldn't get on the boat were trying to throw their babies up to the dock so somebody could catch their babies. Unfortunately, they didn't throw fast enough or hard enough. And so survivors that were in the boat at the time recall hearing babies hitting the side of the ship.
It's weird that you're smiling as you say this. You're just, she's so happy about this.
I'm not happy that the babies... I just get happy when I talk about history.
There were just babies hitting the ship. Oh my god, it was amazing.
No, I just get really... I get really excited when I talk about history, and it just makes me so happy when I talk about history. Not babies dying, but just history itself.
Well, I mean, history includes babies dying. So
well, yeah. I mean... Yeah.
Not all babies truly live.
You're a horrible person, oh my god. But, so this ship was taking off, and 3 Russian torpedoes hit it, and it sunk the ship. There were supposed to be 4, but one malfunctioned. The torpedoes read on the side like for Russia, for loyalty,
For Russia.
yeah,
For Mother Russia.
for Mother Russia or Father Russia, whatever
Mother
Russia
Russia.
you want to acknowledge.
Gustav.
Are you assuming that Russia is a
Wilhelm
woman?
Gustloff. Russia is a woman.
Are you sure?
Mother Russia, yeah.
Did you just assume Russia's gender?
Mhm.
But so anyway, so almost 10,000 people died, and nobody's heard about this. But Germany and Japan and Russia even, I feel, do a really great job of not sugarcoating their history. And the United States has a really, really bad habit of pretending things didn't exist.
Exactly. 1984. 1984. Have you read the book?
No.
What?
No, I haven't read.
Why?
Because I don't know.
It's so relevant to like propaganda and government overreach.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've heard it's good. I was supposed to read it in
It's really good.
high school, but I didn't.
Oh, you should check it out. You'd really like it. I think you'd enjoy it.
I love historical fiction, though. Those are my absolute favorite books.
So, did you know the ship was originally intended to be named Adolf Hitler?
Was it really?
That's what it says on Wikipedia. So,
Really?
yeah. Hitler decided on the name change after sitting next to Gustloff's widow during his memorial service. Oh, what a nice guy.
Look at that. So, okay. So, if it would have been named the Adolf Hitler, would you have felt as bad about it?
I probably would have known about it. I'm just kidding. I probably still wouldn't have known about it.
You Google it that much.
But it would have been like a good like metaphor, you know, like Hitler's gonna sink eventually.
Hitler's gonna sing. That's really bad.
And we were like, we were allies with Russia at that point, right? In World War II.
Yeah. World War II, yeah.
So yeah, it would have been great.
Hitler's gonna sink eventually.
Yes, we
But-
will sink Hitler.
But
Mother Russia will sink Hitler.
the original scene. It did eventually, but a lot of people didn't hear about it because Germany didn't want it to be heard about. Which is unfortunate because it's its own people, but there were a lot of soldiers on that ship and civilians and a lot of innocent people that, since Germany messed up and revealed themselves, that Russia took that opportunity, which is unfortunate, but I don't know. I wish more people heard about it.
Me too, man. Me too. I'm not trying to call you man. I just say man a lot.
It's quite alright. A lot of girls have problems with people calling them dude, and I'm just like, eh,
Yeah, I called you dude earlier, I think. It's just a habit. I try to stop
I'm
myself.
not. I call people bro.
Dudette.
Dude, oh, I hate that word. No. Add et to the end of anything, and it makes it so much less.
Broette.
Ugh.
Cigar-ette.
Like at school mascots when they're like demonettes. Like no, what is that?
Do you think cigarettes were originally made for women? Cigarettes? I've always thought about that. Like the way it's named. Guys aren't supposed to be smoking those.
I don't know if this is true, but it's probably because cigars are big and cigarettes are smaller, and so it's like a smaller version.
Why are you
of
smoking that bitch cigar, bro? That's what I would tell. That's what I tell people. Just got a
Bitch
box of
cigars.
bitch cigars.
Well, those weren't as.
Put those bitch cigars away, you bitch.
That wasn't as catchy. They tried to market them as bitch cigars for years, and they didn't catch on. So they were like, oh, "We gotta go the next option."
Nothing calms me like a good old bitch cigar after dinner.
Oh man.
Can I bum a bitch cigar off you? Is that cool? I'm gonna start calling them those. I wish I smoked them just so I could
Just so you could call them.
bring it up in conversation.
Gonna buy them.
Can I bum a cig? I'd be like, you can bum a bitch cigar. I don't have any cigs.
No, because then they're gonna think you're being. Hey, can I have a cigarette? You mean a bitch cigar?
Yeah, exactly. They'll be like, yeah, they won't even care.
Oh, man.
Call them what you want, bro. I just need some nicotine. Yeah, addictions. Did you have you like studied like Hitler extensively? Because I heard like he was on a lot of drugs like constantly. Is that like a true story?
I'm sure he was. I'm sure because he was under a lot of pressure too.
He was doing bull semen, which is interesting. I think I might try it out one day.
Please don't.
See the effects of bull semen.
Bitch apple juice.
Bitch apple juice. What?
Everything. I know. It probably was. I've never researched that extensively, but I'm sure he was.
Why'd you say bitch apple juice?
Well, I thought we were adding bitch to everything. I didn't know that.
Oh, what apple juice? Okay, apple juice. Sure. Bitch apple juice, everybody.
I don't know what bull semen looks like, but
I'm guessing it's white.
is it?
Let me,
Or is that what
let
they
me
want you to
Google
do?
bull semen.
Please. Your search history is just gonna be like rape of Nanking.
Bull
semen, bitch
semen.
By Matt's new single on iTunes.
No, I stole that from Dreamweaver.
Did you?
Dreamweaver. But like, bull semen. This is big. These bulls are. I don't want to look at this anymore. I apologize, world.
He saved that tab. He's gonna look at it later.
I'm sorry, FBI agent who's looking at my laptop right now. I was uncalled for. You didn't need to see that.
Remind me to never, ever, ever borrow your laptop in my life.
But how many people did you say died on the Titanic?
Around 2,000.
That was only 2,000. Wow. And they got a movie.
Yes.
They got
yes.
Leo. They should make a
Yes,
Wilhelm
man.
Gustloff movie.
I feel like Wilhelm Gustloff is worthy of Leonardo DiCaprio.
I bet,
you know, like,
I bet
feel
the
like
Germans have made that movie and they're like, fuck Russia, you know? Like, or Russia made it and they're like, look at what we did, bitch, you know? Like, they probably have like their
I
own.
hope not. I mean, when we make videos about or movies about Pearl Harbor, we don't necessarily brag about it.
We brag about the atomic bomb. We vaporized
We
your
don't have
asses.
We don't have a movie about it.
We should.
We do brag about it, though. That is true, though. That is true. We're very proud about killing a bunch of Japanese people.
For generations.
Generations.
And they're still our friend. Isn't that fucked up? We still have we have military bases there, like, and they're like, yeah, you're good, America. Like, yeah, you're damn right.
It's like when your mom puts you in timeout and you're like, okay, and then the next day you're fine.
It's crazy.
Japan was like, alright.
Crazy. Some dickheads, man. Well, I mean, it's kind of their fault because they didn't give up, you know. So, tell me about that, how that worked. Because it was like we kept offering them like peace treaties, right? We kept asking them to surrender, and then we're like, well, I guess we have to drop a bomb because they won't.
I mean, throughout Japanese history, there's just been this big thing on you can't surrender. It's more noble to die in battle than it is to surrender. Don't ever surrender to your enemy. Don't ever, back down, whatever. And so maybe that's it. It was a pride thing of, no, we're right. We know what we're doing. This is what needs to happen. But I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm not Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun and games until an atomic bomb hits you. So that's the moral of the story.
That's the goal. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here.
Do you think there's gonna be another war soon?
Yes.
I do too. I see it unfolding.
So, people say history repeats itself, and that's absolutely true.
It's cyclical.
So, do you remember in?
I just like the word cyclical.
Cyclical?
Cyclical.
Cyclical.
It's like a circle. It never ends.
It
It never ends. Cyclical.
Cyclical.
You got it.
So in the April cyclical of 2017, the leader of China cannot, for the life of me, remember his name. President, whatever.
Saddam.
Sure. Is it?
I have no idea.
Okay. I was like, wow, look at you. He basically called a bunch of world leaders, Trump, Putin, Kim Jong-un, and basically said, hey, we need to calm down with this whole atomic, nuclear thing. We need to just calm down. And that's similar to what
President
happened
Xi.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Look at that. But that's similar to what happened in the 1970s when North Vietnam wouldn't invade South Vietnam because they're too scared of Nixon. And so when Nixon resigned, then they finally began their invasion. But history absolutely repeats itself. And I think that I'm not a Trump supporter by any means. I'm not.
You heard it here first. She loves Trump. She said she would marry Trump if he was single right now.
I don't know who you've been talking to.
I've been talking to myself.
But he does mean what he says. And he's not, if he says, hey, if you cross this line, we will do such and such, he will do such and such if you cross that line. And I think that other countries have recognized that and respect that. However,
They do.
I do think that there will be, because Trump does not back down. And he knows what he wants to do, and he will push anybody aside that gets in his way.
Yeah.
So I think that if
Absolutely.
our country were to try something on the United States, he would bomb them in an absolute heartbeat.
Yes, I see that as well. I think he gets more respect on the world stage than previous presidents.
Previous presidents. I agree with you. He's a good businessman. He is.
Oh, show. And that's like, I know people like hate him because he's like uncontrollable and shit. But like that's what
I mean,
that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
That's
To a
like,
degree, yeah. That's what I like and hate about him. Is he
Yeah.
is uncontrollable, but that's kind of what we need other countries to realize is, hey, we're serious.
yeah, we're not gonna go and bow
Yeah.
to every leader like a bitch, like a bitch cigar.
We don't smoke bitch cigars. Looking at you, Cuba.
Oh,
No, Cuba's
but
gross,
yeah.
amazing.
Did you hear about the Russian agent or like spy who like I forgot what type he used some type of like gas and he like killed a bunch of people in the UK in like a coffee shop.
Oh, I heard about it, but I didn't know. I heard from someone, but I didn't really.
But yeah,
take the
basically
time to research
like
it.
the UK is like giving them a warning and all this shit, and so
Yeah,
like
go English people, yes.
but like we have to choose a side. I feel like at some point because if that could have been attack from the government because he's like a spy.
If
You know, it could have been like a terrorist attack from a government.
But if England's like telling them that they're gonna invade Russia, I don't think we need to take that seriously. Because how many countries has England had control of and then lost just as quickly? Like England's
bit.
had England's tried to invade a lot of countries and then it's just
See, I can't even
Not
click
a
on
good one.
articles because they just start playing videos.
modern technology.
But yeah, a Russian ex-spy and his daughter may have been exposed to deadly nerve agent that nearly killed them through this. Oh, this is a different story. Well, it happened
You
more
read
than
that
once.
so confidently. You're
I
like,
did. I did. It's a Cold War substance.
Cold War substance.
That is crazy. The what do they call it? Chemical warfare. Like we had that in World War One. Like imagine the chemicals we probably have now. You know, like it probably
Well-
wipe out a whole continent with some crazy shit.
I feel like, okay, so in the World Wars, other countries would invent something and then Germany would perfect it. Like the tank. Britain eventually invented the tank, but Germany just perfected it. Or they invented the mustard gas, and that was a complete game
And
changer.
I love mustard. I sure
Put
do
it
like
on.
pumpkins, Cotton. All right, continue.
So I feel like if we were, I don't know, to convey a chemical, that Germany would be like, "Pff, let me up these hoes.
Just not anymore. We got Neil deGrasse Tyson. He'll do some stuff.
Oh no. Did you see that? Shoot that guy.
I was trying to look for the name of those German tanks. Sturmpanzerwagen.
Yep,
Right.
that's it. Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
thought Panzer. That's what it was. That's what I remember from Call of Duty. The Panzer tanks.
Call of Duty.
P-A-N-Z-R.
Call of Duty World War
Panzer
II.
Jaeger.
Panzer.
That's pretty cool though. I like German terms like Blitzkrieg. That's pretty dope, right? Military formation or something.
Sure.
You haven't heard of it?
No.
You haven't heard of Blitzkrieg?
No.
What?
No.
That's like when you're. Are you a fan of football? Oh, then you know. Have you heard of a blitz?
No.
Son of a bitch!
Shooting down every arrow you're putting at me. All your dreams and hopes were just crushed. Wait, let me rub some aloe vera on his dreams and hopes. Hold
but
on.
a blitz, it started as a military formation, with the German army, and they would like if there was like a line, they would rush the line and break through the barrier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's a football term because the linebacker will blitz on defense. He'll
That's
blitz
such a-
through the line.
Why is it called a blitz though?
Blitzkrieg. I have no idea.
That's so.
It's
That's
German
That's such a weird name for it.
because it's
Blitz.
dope. I think it's awesome. I think it's a cool word. Blitzkrieg.
I feel like Blitz sounds like your neighborhood dog that comes in your yard sometimes.
Donner.
Ah man, Blitz is
Blitzen.
here again.
But do you recall the most famous Nazi term of all? What is it? Doofenschnauzer. Do you know what that means?
Please educate me. Please
It's
enlighten
actually
me.
a
Enlighten me.
it's actually a German sex position
Oh really?
where you
Really?
it involves a dog, so it's weird. But we're gonna stop there because
That's the most famous German phrase of all. Is it?
yeah, Germans are crazy. They shit on each other. So I don't know if you've seen German porn, but it gets dirty. It gets
Why have you seen German porn? Why have you seen
because I'm a curious person. I don't know. Maybe because I have goals. I have dreams. I have ambitions. Maybe I just want to see the world, witness, the world. Find out if it's really flat.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you think the world is flat? Are you one of those people?
For the sake of this podcast, yes. I am a flat earther. From the Milky Way galaxy. I think it's possible.
Really? Do you really?
Mm-hmm. I'm open to discussion about it. Because
okay.
Because I shouldn't just believe something. Like I haven't gone into space and looked down, So it could be a globe. It could be a triangle. It could be a flat.
It could be one of those cute watermelons in Japan.
Flat piece of pizza, It could be in the shape of a dog, like one of those dogs that the clowns have with the long balloons and they fold it up.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this then: if the world is flat, what does the United States have to gain from, quote, forging all of these pictures of the global Earth? So that's a lot of arguments that I find flat earthers have is, they're just trying to hide this wall of ice. Why? What's the point? And so they've gotten every other country in this world involved in this whole, like, conspiracy theory to hide a wall of ice. Why?
I'll tell you why.
Aliens.
Because that's where they're hiding the giants. And that's where they're hiding the aliens.
Oh, I wondered where they were. Okay.
Yeah, they have Nazi giants.
That's where the Nazis went, guys.
They're still around. No, it's usually, I was trying to defend it, but you brought up the point I always bring up, so I can't really defend it anymore, because that's what I always say. I'm like, why? What purpose?
What's the point? Yeah.
What purpose do they have for lying about the shape of the Earth? Like, there's no reason.
I mean,
I did.
Astronomers and scientists and astronauts throughout centuries and centuries and centuries have proven that the Earth is round. I don't understand.
How'd they prove it, though?
Looking at astrology and looking at the stars and going up into space. Maybe that's part of it.
We haven't been to space. There's a dome around us and we can't break through it.
Oh, you're one of those people that's...
Did
you see
back
that?
On.
Do you remember that series? Do you remember that series, The Dome? When the Dome...
Yeah,
it was on for like a season. And then they...
I remember I watched it with my ex-girlfriend's parents one time.
Nice. I watched every single episode of that.
It had the guy from Breaking Bad, the brother-in-law. Have you seen that show?
No.
Dude, bro.
I don't watch the shows that everybody else has watched. I don't.
What shows do you watch?
Nature documentaries, most of the time.
Nature?
Nature documentaries. I
That's
watch most
neat.
of the time.
Like bears?
Yeah.
Bigfoot?
No.
What are your thoughts on Bigfoot?
I don't believe that Bigfoot is real.
Me either.
So I was like, oh man, here's another 20-minute discussion of this. So, that's why they're hiding the Bigfoots in this big wall of ice that's in the end of the Earth.
Well, the plural form is big feets.
Big feets. Big floofs. That's it.
Biggins. Sam Squanch.
In case y'all didn't know that, by the way, a pack of big feet is called a floof. So like, there's like a floof of big fleet. Big fleet. Big fleet.
If there's a floof around me, I'm gonna die. Like I can't. There's no way I can handle a floof. I don't think I'd have that many bullets.
I'd love to see a floof. That'd be awesome. I would. But yeah, I started with Planet Earth with David Attenborough, and if I
I'm familiar with it.
You are?
Yeah, it's
really?
the third planet from the sun, correct?
Oh, I thought it was the fourth. Is it the third?
It's the third. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a bit of a historian. So.
Okay. Well, since it's flat, I didn't know what kind of up or down. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then I started watching like Frozen Planet and Blue Planet, and I've watched almost.
Holy shit, bro! Where are Blue and Frozen? Where's the Frozen planet?
At the bottom of the Earth.
It's the Earth. Okay, I thought there was a new planet. Okay, keep going. What's the blue planet though? Is that Neptune? Is that Pluto?
Uranus.
My anus. Wow. Okay, so my anus is blue, everybody.
There's 10 episodes
of my anus.
Narrated by David Attenborough.
Yeah, David, he was really into it, so... I mean, yeah, y'all probably shouldn't watch it.
Please don't ever say that ever
Y'all probably
again.
shouldn't.
He was really... Please don't ever say that again.
Why?
No, but I don't know. That's my favorite thing to watch.
David, if you're listening, I didn't mean it. Don't poison me like the Russians.
Put some aloe on it, it'll be fine.
Do you think that helps poison?
Not if you spray paint it gold. It doesn't.
Interesting. Well, I need to go buy some more plants. What plants would you recommend I get as a historian who studied plant
I don't
life?
study natural history. I just study human history. Maybe like a cactus.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have to water it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I want to get some plants out on my porch. So when I'm out there doing drugs, I can just have some plants around me.
That's the plant you should get, a marijuana plant. Like in a little vase.
I would prefer that, yeah. That'd be cool.
When your grandma comes over, you're like, oh.
I'd give her some. I'd give her some edibles. She'd probably have a good ass time.
I don't know if they would.
No, but I am gonna get my mom some THC oil. I think that's what it's called. For like her, she has like back pain or something. So she was like, because I'm gonna go to Colorado, and she was like, "Can you give me some?" And I was like, "You're damn right, I can get you some." Let me know, guys.
Let me know.
I'm going on a field trip. I'm smuggling drugs. Don't tell the cops. If you're a cop, forget I said that, because I'm not doing that.
No,
That's not me. I don't do that shit, all right? I'm a good person.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I was pulling up this Russian attack, because...
How did you find it?
Yeah, I pulled up the wrong one. So, Salisbury spy attack. Russian officials suggest nerve agent could have come from UK lab Porton down. What do you laugh? Nerve agent? You laughing at nerve agent?
I was like, I think you said nerd agent. I was like, hey, now we don't need bullying in these articles.
Nerd agent Kaylee. Damn it! I'm sorry, I'm messing up names. I'm gonna have to end this podcast right now and restart. Vladimir Chishov told BBC's Andrew Marr show Russia did not stockpile the poison, and that the Porton Down lab, Britain's military research base, was only 8 miles from the cathedral city, insinuating that may have been the source. However, the government has rebuffed his comments as nonsense. Not an ounce of truth. Which means he's absolutely right. They are lying. They are covering it up. There has been an attack. Russia has attacked the UK. What are we going to do? You're the president right now. What are your actions?
Buy a bunch of fish and chips. And
fish and chips.
We need to support that country financially. We don't want to get involved directly, but support them financially. We buy a bunch of British goods, like Maltesers. Mm-hmm. Maltesers are fun, and just help them in that effort too.
If you order British chips and you bring them to America, at what point do those chips become fries? Is it on the plane? Is it on the way? Is it crossing the border? Is it when you land?
Okay, so I wonder about this.
Is it when you take them out of the package?
So, like, if I go to Europe, right? So, in over there, the legal drinking age 18, but over here it's 21.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
I drank at 16 in Germany.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
So if I get on the plane to Britain, when can I drink on the plane? That's the most important question we need to ask. So
I'm guessing it's when you land. I don't know.
Okay,
that's a good question.
So you leave America. Are you still on an American airline just landing in Britain? But when you come back, you're on a British airline landing in America.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
it'd be the same airline though, right? Well, I guess it kind of depends on how you go about doing that, but
so like when an American person like puts his American touch on it, like spreads his magic on the fries, and they become
spreads his
chips.
Spreads his magic.
Yeah. When they're like
that's a euphemism.
Like, blow the America onto the crisps.
that sounds very sexual. The way you're wording that. Just blow your load of French onto this. Onto these fries.
Someone's acting out. Blow the America out of them.
Blow the America. It's a good porno.
No, it's
That's
not.
a good one. You gotta watch that one.
Oh god. Turning crisps into fries. No, crisps are chips, aren't they?
Crisps
are
yeah.
chips.
And they call cookies biscuits. That pisses me off.
Oh no.
I saw that in a movie. I forgot what scary movie it was. But it was like the sequel. And it was like these British kids. And their house was haunted by this nun. I'm about to look up what movie that is.
The sequel of the scary movie
scary
I saw
movie.
that one time.
I'm gonna just
look it up.
Fling that into the internet.
Hey, what's that scary movie that I saw with the...
What?
What was that?
I have really big neighbors.
That's
The Conjuring 2.
The Conjuring 2.
Yeah, look at this nun.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like Marilyn Manson, right?
Oh.
There's a lot of nun photos, man. We're looking up some scary shit today.
I can still hear your neighbors, man. That's loud. She's a chill on the eyeliner, bro.
Yeah, my neighbors scare me. I think there's someone in my house sometimes at night because they're over there stomping around. Then I pull out my gun and I'm like, where are they at? But no, nothing happens. I'm safe in here, I think. I don't know. I feel like someone could break in that pretty easily.
You've got the flag behind you. You're fine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
true.
I had a hard time finding this place, so I feel like somebody that isn't looking for you specifically would just kind of pick a door. Like you walk into this thing and there's so many doors, they're like, just pick one.
Probably. I don't know. I do have a fireplace though, so
Oh, do you really?
yeah, I'm gonna get a bearskin rug.
Why are your boxes next to the fireplace?
Well, because I'm lazy.
The best way to solve your neighbor problem is to burn your apartment down, and then that fixes it.
Why don't I just burn their apartment down?
Oh, good idea.
Right? Because then I can still have my fireplace.
Oh, look at you. So innovative.
So you graduated from Canyon in 2017? Mm-hmm. Why are you so young? Why are you the way that you are?
I don't know. I don't know.
Crazy. Who was your favorite teacher at Canyon? Just to see if I remember them. If they still exist. Not like dead exist, but like if they moved on to another place.
Jared Petty was probably my favorite.
Oh, he's a cool dude. I like that guy a lot.
He baptized me.
He's very nice.
About 4 months after I graduated.
So he like tried to drown you?
Yes.
Unsuccessful
in
though.
the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yes, which one? All three? All three?
All three.
Are you Catholic?
No.
I was going to say, you shouldn't be here. You should be at Mass. I don't know what time Mass is.
It's not.
Not at 4 p.m.
No. Close though, unless you just want to stay there all day for.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Me either. You're right. I like.
Wait, are you Catholic?
No, I'm not Catholic.
I was like, wow.
I go to church though. Not yesterday or today, but I've been there. I go around.
I go around.
Yeah. Like a hula hoop. All right, we're gonna play rapid fire questions.
Oh yay.
Okay. You ready? I'm gonna try to not ask the ones that were asked last time. What is your dream job? That's not even a rapid fire question. But what is your dream job?
High school world history teacher.
It's your dream?
Yeah, like if I were to be a teacher from now until the day I die, I'd be completely happy my entire life.
Really? You wouldn't want like a bigger salary, go to college?
No. I would like a bigger salary, yes. I would love, but teachers don't get paid enough. But that is my absolute. I know how much they get paid, and I know that it sucks some of the times when they don't get paid overtime. But that is my absolute dream job.
That's awesome.
I'm very, very, very passionate about.
Would you be open to being one of the teachers that carries a gun?
Yes, absolutely.
I like that answer. It's a good answer. What is your favorite? I'm sorry, I'm too close to the mic. What is your favorite joke?
My favorite joke?
Yeah.
I don't know any jokes.
Dope. What?
You're a comedian. Just name one. I'll be like, sure.
What is your favorite movie quote?
Movie quote? Oh no. I don't know.
You're losing me.
I don't know.
You're losing the
I don't know.
fans. You're losing
I have
people.
a book quote though.
What's your favorite book quote?
I have a book. Hold on, let me look it. I have it saved. So it's from my favorite book, which is called Salt to the Sea.
Oh.
Have you read it?
By Walter Whitman. I'm just kidding. I haven't read
no.
it. I just made that up.
That was so close. Where is it? No. Okay, wait. I found it.
Somewhere
So
beyond the sea.
they're talking about it was in World War II. It's a historical fiction book, and I'm not going to give you the whole plot. And anyway, there's a shoemaker, and he says that the shoes always tell the story. And Florian says, "What are you talking? No, they don't." And he says, and he's talking to this girl, and she has expensive boots on. He said, "Yes, always." He said, "Your boots, they're expensive, well made." Well, that tells me you come from a wealthy family. But the style is one made from an older woman. That tells you they probably were made by your mother. A mother sacrificed her boots for her daughter. That tells me you are loved, my dear. And your mother's not here. So that tells me you are sad, my dear. And I read that and I was like, oh my god.
That's interesting because that reminds me of another movie quote that's very similar.
What is that?
It's probably based on that, to be honest. It's Forrest Gump when he's like at the bus stop and he's like, "I like your shoes. You can tell a lot about a person's shoes, where they going, where they been. You know, I bet if I think back real hard, I can remember my first pair of shoes. Mama said they'd take me anywhere. That's my audition. That's my audition for the remake of Forrest Gump.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What did you think of it?
I'm really. When you said he's sitting there with Gustloff, I thought you were gonna quote the chocolate one. I was like,
Oh, that one's overplayed.
I know.
That's like one of my favorite movies ever.
Is it
Forrest Gump, like, legit reminds me of my grandfather.
really?
Not because he's like retarded, but like
What?
just because he was like he was just a simple guy. You know, he had like 3 pairs of jeans. He was just one pair of like Nikes, and he was just a chill dude. You know, and he was in the army, and he played football in college. So he just kind of, the mannerisms were similar, just like this kind of simple, basic guy. You know.
I feel that.
But not like slow or stupid. I mean that in the most, in the least Forrest Gumpy way. But he's kind of like Forrest. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You just dug yourself in a hole and then like slowly dug your way out.
Yeah, that's my
Your
life.
grandpa's listening, like, this son of a bitch.
Well, he's in heaven. So.
Okay, he's watching down, like, this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Shout out to Granddad. Hey, this is a dumb question. What would you do on Mars for fun?
Who writes these questions?
I have no idea.
What would I do on Mars for fun? Mars for fun.
Eat Mars bars.
Yes.
Would you though?
No, I'd eat Snickers. Because I feel like everybody else would be like, oh, let me eat Mars. And I'd walk over with my
don't be
Twix, like,
everybody
sup,
else.
bitches.
Oh, Twix or
Yes.
Snickers? Which one?
Twix. All the way.
You said Snickers first, but Twix are better.
Well-
Except for the ice cream Snickers. You ever
Yeah.
get the small bite-sized Snickers and then you freeze them and you eat them frozen?
No, because I don't hate myself.
They're good. They're better frozen. I like them. I used to do that every Halloween.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm more of a Reese's cup person.
Back when my granddad was still alive.
Oh, no.
I just started crying. What is one of your weird quirks?
What?
One of
Weird
your
quirks.
weird quirks. Sorry, I'm talking with ice in my mouth.
I don't know.
Okay, what is your favorite hobby?
Studying history.
Yay. What is what is one thing that annoys you the most?
People pointing out the obvious. It really, really, really annoys
I hate when people comment about you pointing out the obvious. Like, not what you just said. I'm not being a dick. But when people are like, thank you, Captain Obvious. Like, when
Oh,
those,
yeah.
Those people piss me
That
off.
was really loud. Jesus, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can turn us down a little
I'm so
bit.
sorry.
We're a little loud.
Yeah, people point out the obvious.
What is the first thing you do when you get up in the morning? This is a good question because it's like what do successful people do when they get up in the morning? And if you're not doing one of these things, I know you won't ever make it in life. So it's good to know. So no pressure. But what's the first thing you do?
Turn my alarm off. because I don't wake up naturally in the morning because I've been studying so long at night that I get a few hours of sleep because I want my life to be successful.
You lose. The first thing you do when you get up in the morning is dance. That's what every successful entrepreneur
I was gonna say that next.
does. Yeah, but it's okay. They don't even turn their alarm off. They dance to their alarm like. No.
No. I used to have, what is that? Do you know the alarm sound? Like when the Teen Titans, like the old school Teen Titans would like get called out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I had that as my alarm. And so every time I'd watch Teen Titans and I heard that alarm, I'd like freak out. Like
bet.
like the old school Teen Titans, you know? Not like this new stuff, but
Yeah, the new stuff's weird.
yeah.
It always is. Every time they try to bring back a cartoon and they draw it differently, it's like, what are y'all fucking doing? You didn't have to do this.
Like Tom and Jerry, man.
Yeah.
What's
They
up with
ruined
that?
everything. Scooby-Doo,
Yes!
ruined everything.
Yes! I missed it when you could tell Shaggy was high, but nobody would say it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you knew. You knew.
Hey,
but
what is the worst place you could get stuck? I'm only gonna ask you 2 more.
Get stuck?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
That's a very broad question, but that's what the question
what?
is.
Get stuck? That makes no sense. Worst place I get stuck. In my depression. No.
I like that answer. I like that answer.
I'm gonna say in traffic for the sake of.
I would
This
say
podcast.
between a rock and a hard place, because that's the worst place. Duh. It's a dumb answer. You know better.
Between the rock and. Okay. I'm just gonna. Okay.
So, Kaylee,
So
what
bad.
would you do with your 15 minutes of fame? You're
Only
goddamn
get
right.
15 minutes?
I like that. I like that answer.
Only-
That was exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Just not a
I would
damn
just
thing,
take-
bro.
I
I'm
would just-
chilling.
I would take a long breath. And
Really?
then just show everybody. how
That is a
I did
long
not
ass
care.
breath.
Thank you.
I'm trying to look up
Thank you.
more interesting questions. You know, because these aren't.
Then what would you do on Mars?
I
What would
would.
you do with your 15 minutes of fame?
With my 15 minutes of fame,
Yes.
I would start 12 Instagram pages,
12?
all for myself. And
Like
then
fan
I would,
pages?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then for the 15 minutes, I'd have like 1 billion followers. Or like 1 million. I don't know. How much fame are we talking? I bet I could, like, get away with something.
Like Rebecca Black fame.
Oh,
Like
fuck.
you're so like
So no one's
you're
gonna,
famous because everybody hates you.
Yeah, no one's gonna like me. So I guess I would just drop as many YouTube videos as possible, just to get that, get that internet money.
Rip off as many songs as you can.
It's probably not like
It's 15 minutes.
it's probably not like literal 15 minutes, but like if you had a video go viral or something, if you were just if
I
you
don't
won the
know.
lottery. I
I'd
don't
probably this is a really lame answer, but I'd probably like save the money that I got from that.
I'd probably do history.
I buy books for my future classroom, which I'm already doing, by the way. So
Really?
you can't
What-
get me on that.
What books are they? What books are they?
I'm trying not to say historical, but I found this World War II book.
Mm-hmm.
I found it at Barnes and Noble, I believe. But basically any, how do I say this?
Documentarian.
Sure. Any
Documentation.
documentative book, basically. Magazines, most especially. Any, there's a magazine the other day that came about, the Titanic or the Popes or World War II, Vietnam, or, the documentary, the Vietnam War. 50 years after, they made a giant book version of that, and I bought that for my future classroom, so
Really?
I just-
Vietnam was an interesting war.
it was.
Yeah.
It was.
It's when the hippies came out.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and deployment letters.
All right.
Did you find one?
So now you just have to ask me rapid fire questions.
Ooh,
Rapid fire questions.
ooh,
This
ooh.
is our segment called Rapid Fire Questions. Dun dun dun.
Dude,
Rapid
okay.
fire. Hold on, let me see if I can play something that would be like a segment intro. Rapid fire intro.
Yo, the first question.
You can't ask me yet. Hold on.
No, I'm just thinking. The first question I saw,
Rapid
I
fire
wish
intro. Here we
everybody-
go.
Okay, ready?
Rapid fire intro time. Oh wait, just say rapid fire time. This is my first time doing it. Okay, chill out.
Rapid fire time.
Rapid fire time. Here we go.
Milk? That's the question.
Whey
Milk?
protein.
Is it? What do you do first?
Brush my teeth.
Last time you cried?
When I watched a movie.
Black or gray?
Black.
Sunday night?
Slow jams.
China or Japan?
China.
What will you never do?
Oh shit. I'll never kill myself.
Okay. Jesus fuck. Okay. Without looking at a clock, what time is it?
4:15.
4:18. Fucker.
Damn, that was close.
When's the last time you were late for something?
It's Friday.
What challenges you?
Myself.
Mercedes?
Benz.
This isn't like a Mad Lib where you fucking.
What is how is Mercedes a question?
It says like this one says Italy ? Like the milk one. It just said milk, and I was
What
okay.
the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. That's why you're answering it for me. I don't know. Nike or Adidas?
Swoosh. Nike.
I prefer sploosh from the movie Holes.
Holes. That's a good
When
movie.
was the last time you took a shit?
I love me some holes. I took a shit right before you got here. Honestly.
Why is that on it?
Took a shit around 2:30, right before I took a shower. Have you ever like taken a shower and then had to shit? Isn't that the worst?
No.
Oh, maybe it's just, but like like when having to shit after you shower, it's like you have to shower again. It's like
No, you
what's
don't.
I feel like it. I feel dirty again.
No.
Like I should have shit before I showered.
That's like cutting an onion and being like, oh man, I have to take a shower because my finger is dirty. Like this is.
No, that's a big difference between asshole and finger dirty.
But it's it's the same principle of one
But
body
it's just
part.
like I want to be clean for a bit, for at least an hour. Stop looking at me weird.
I
You look at me-
promise you, I've never had that problem in my life.
Never.
Never.
No. It's just a me thing. Hey, do you wipe your ass with toilet paper?
Yes.
Because we are sponsored by Great Value Wipes.
Really?
No, we're not sponsored by anybody. But I like to tell everyone that I use wipes on my booty hole.
Why?
Because it feels better than paper, and I feel like you don't have to use as much, and it's cheaper.
But they also don't break down like toilet paper does, and they clog sewage pipes, and they don't decompose as easily.
But it says flushable on the bag, so.
But it doesn't decompose as easily, and it doesn't break down as easily as toilet paper does.
So I'm polluting the world. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Good job.
I'm for
You're
it.
the reason
Global
we
warming.
can't have nice things.
Global warming,
How do you-
everybody.
Look at there was one on here I really, really wanted to ask you. It was really
Okay.
funny, but I think I lost it.
Let me unlock it. Back to rapid fire.
Okay, back to rapid fire. Rapid fire questions. 2K18. Oh, dude, this one says, "What's the first thing you do in the morning?"
Where did you answer that one?
I know. But whatever you answered, I was gonna say it's wrong.
Oh, you want me to answer?
No.
Open my eyes.
No.
Damn it.
What scares you?
What scares
The sad music's appropriate. What scares you?
What scares me is being a failure, being average.
Is that why you use wipes?
Yep. That's why I use wipes. Wipe the ass with the wipes.
Why are some of these questions make no sense? Okay, so this one says favorite sound, and then the one below says define racism.
Define
what?
racism.
These are so...
Racism
Oh.
is when you're like afraid of like a person, but like you don't know how to like handle it. So like if you see like a black guy voting and you're just, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Why is he doing that? You know, that's racism.
Not quite, but we're gonna move on. Lace. Do you like lace?
Panties.
On yourself or on other people?
Other people. I've never had lace. I bet it would be comfortable though. Like if I had
It's
like
not.
It's not.
No.
Oh. That's too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want it all up my ass, you know. But
Who upset you last?
who upset me last?
Who do we need to kill?
Who upset me last? Let's see. It's very rare that I get upset because I usually just shake things off and just laugh about them.
Puts them in his routine.
Upset. Who upset me? This is tough. Okay. This lady, I was at Atomics yesterday, and she was like a 55-year-old lady, and she was like talking shit to me for like no reason. She was like,
Oh, this hoe.
she's like, I can tell you're a player, and she kept talking to me, and I was like, what are you talking? Like I'm not a player. I can promise you that. And then she was like, oh, you have flabby biceps, and I wouldn't, and I'm not into you. And it's like, what the fuck, lady? Like I don't care. Like you're older than my mom. I don't want to be with you anyway. Like shut up.
Did you like say hello to her or acknowledge her presence, or was she just like, I'm gonna mess up this guy's day? She's like, I don't like his mustache.
Basically, she was like, I'm gonna mess up his day, and I realized I have a porno stash. I get that, you know. I didn't mean to. It was
Dude, she's seen your German porn.
it
And she
was the
doesn't wanna
barber.
mess with you.
The barber did
That's
it.
it.
That probably was it, but she was just a mean lady.
That's so.
It's like I don't get it. Like what was the point of that? Why would you go to a bar by yourself when you're 60 and just start insulting 20-year-olds? Like what the fuck? What did I do to you, lady? I don't know what I did to her, but I hope she has a bad day. You know, I hope her hip is really sore.
Oh, not the hip, man.
Yeah,
Not
hip.
the hip.
I hope so. Fuck your hip, lady. She didn't. She was talking shit, but I kind of wanted to fight her. I didn't though, so I'm not Chris Brown.
Oh no.
He's a great artist though.
Oh no.
Great
I'm
artist.
not a fan.
Really?
No.
Where do you get your news?
Newspapers.
What newspaper? What newspaper?
Usually the Amarillo Globe News,
Oh,
but
sucks.
I don't. Yeah, I know.
I used to work for them.
don't like. Did you really? I don't like the reporters. I don't like the way they write. I don't like how everything's opinionated
Yeah.
and political. They put too much opinion in their,
For real.
their articles, and it really frustrates me. On some things that they make feature stories don't need to be feature stories,
Absolutely.
and it just I don't know. It's frustrating. But usually News Channel 10 or CBS Nightly News or
Nice.
yeah,
I get all my news from Twitter, which
all
is
of it.
horrible. It's a
I
horrible
mean,
thing to do.
everything on Twitter is true though. So
Mostly.
yeah.
No, everything on Twitter is false. That's why I talk shit on everyone. But yeah, are you What other hobbies do you have outside of history and
being a nerd? I love reading, and I sound like such a nerd right now. Jesus.
Jesus.
Music though, I love music. Absolutely
Really?
love music. Yeah.
What's your favorite song right now that you listen to a lot?
4:15 by Avril and the Sequoias.
I had a quarter pounder from McDonald's not too long ago, so I can.
You can relate.
I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
relate.
yeah, yeah.
4:15 by who?
Avril and the Sequoias. It's a really sad song though.
Avril.
Avril. Avril. And the Sequoias, like a sequoia tree.
I can't play it because it'll probably be like, oh, it's stealing. But I'll listen to it later. So.
Okay. And then what else? James Bay, I've been really interested. So I bought Chaos on the Calm like years ago, and then I recently found the album again, started listening to it, and it's just.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never heard of that either.
You never heard of James Bay?
James Bay.
Yes.
No.
Yes. He has a song called "When We Were on Fire," and I just.
Have you heard of
so
James Blunt?
No.
I think it's the guy that sings "You're Beautiful."
Oh yeah.
You're beautiful. It's true.
The first time I went to Bubba's Bar and Grill, I heard
When
that
I
song.
saw your face in another place. Was the music video on?
Yeah, where he's like
Nice. Taking off
falling off.
sweaters.
Yeah, he's just taking off his clothes slowly. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, that's a good. I like Bubba's. That's a fun place.
It's fun. Not really, but
When I
it's
saw
okay.
your- So you didn't celebrate St. Patrick's Day at all?
No, I went to a memorial service yesterday.
Speaking of, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
No, really.
You're talking crap about me. That's
I was talking crap about what?
nothing.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
Go ahead. I wasn't
Nothing.
talking crap about your dead friends, family members.
Family.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
Speaking of history and St. Patrick's Day, tell me the origins of St. Patrick's Day and who St. Patrick is and how many kids he had and if he molested anyone.
What? I heard. Okay, so I have not researched the origins of St. Patrick's Day. I heard when I was like in 4th or 5th grade that he used to like marry people in secret, and then he ran the snakes out of the country. That's all I heard. That's all I know about St. Patrick.
I've heard it's about snakes too, but I don't know if that's true.
I really have no idea. Nor do I. I don't know. I've never cared to research it. I
Me
guess.
either, but now I do right now.
Oh,
It was made an official Christian feast day in the early 17th century and observed by the Catholic Church. Of course it was.
Those Catholics.
Catholics are fucking crazy, dude.
Just making up holidays.
Anglican Communion, the Church of Ireland, the Eastern Orthodox Church, the Lutheran Church. The day commemorates St. Patrick and the arrival of Christianity in Ireland and celebrates the heritage. Nah, that's why we get messed up. Celebrate
they died?
Christianity.
Is that why they dyed the river green?
Yeah, to celebrate alcoholism. Did you know Mardi Gras is also Catholic?
No, I did
Isn't
not.
that that's crazy? They have parties, like alcohol parties.
Catholic people can party though.
They
Catholic
can.
people can party.
I heard they're freaks too. The ones that go to Catholic school. They have all this repressed sexual energy. They're just, "Urgh,
Stop right now.
I can't show my ankles, like that type of shit. Look
That's
at
how
that.
no-show socks came about.
Look at
They're
that
like, I'm
bitch's
tired of these
ankles.
knee-high socks. We need
Yeah.
no-show socks.
Showing
we're
off the
risque.
ankles. That is risky. Like in the 50s. I don't know, whenever fucking Elvis was alive. Stop saying fuck. I was talking to myself.
He died in 1977 though. So 50s and 60s.
But
were in
yeah,
the 50s.
his legs weren't allowed on TV because the way he was moving them. I was also in Forrest Gump.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like the best part of his performance though.
Exactly. It makes his performance. But that's there's always like something that's like counterculture like that. That's like, oh, that's the devil, Like they used to call the Beatles the devil, which I guess they kind of were in a way. But
Well, they did say they're more popular than Jesus, and that
Mm-hmm.
pissed a lot of people off. But
yeah, I mean the Beatles, all the other Beatle thing.
are you a
Beatle.
Beatles person or a Rolling Stones person?
Rolling Stones for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I do like Paul McCartney a lot though. Like in Wings. Have you heard of Wings? No. Well, he has this song. Somebody's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell.
You're gonna copyright so many songs in this podcast.
Okay, you get it. You get it.
Yeah.
It's a good song though.
Yep.
I like Paul McCartney.
I saw him in 4 or 5 seconds though with
Kanye West?
Yes, I'm like, why?
That's a weird.
Why?
It's a weird thing going on there.
I don't.
I don't remember how that song went, but I don't know.
It was awful.
What do you think about Kanye West?
He lacks a sort of, how do I say this, talent, and
False. Keep going.
no, give your. I just don't think he's talented or.
Wow. You are my enemy.
Am I?
Yes. No, he's really talented. You just gotta listen to his music. You know?
I can't take him seriously. Like with the whole he's gonna run for president or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I can't take him seriously.
you don't have to take him seriously now, but like, if you listen to his older music, his older music's really good. He's still really good. I like Kanye a lot. I think people just like see his image and like, oh, I hate him because he's like egotistical and da 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 da. But like he's made like some classics like over the years, just some bangers. You know what I'm saying? Just some hot cakes.
I mean,
some
I
hot
don't know
takes.
I don't know that he's up there with like Bill Withers or Marvin Gaye or
Bill
I don't know
Withers.
that.
That's a good point. That's a good argument.
Or Dobie Gray or whatever. I just, in the grand scheme of things, he's not, in my personal opinion, a good artist.
I can respect that. I like his samples. I like the music he makes.
Music he makes.
The musics.
All of the music.
What do you think of the Kardashians?
Oh my god.
Same.
I just, why? That's what I have to say about it. Why? Why?
Because they're an empire.
Yeah. This customer asked me the other day.
Do you still work at Walmart?
Yes.
Okay. What department?
I'm a cashier.
What? I've never seen you there.
You've never really? Because I'm on one spot for like 7 hours. I don't
Never
move
seen
from
it.
this one spot.
Never seen it.
But he asked me, hey, are Brad and Angelina really getting back together? And
A customer asked you that?
Yeah. And he's like 40 or 50. And I had to look him dead in the eyes and say, sir, I don't really care. I did. I didn't say it like that. I said, what'd I say?
Did you say it in a nice way? Or
Yeah, I
just
said
like,
something
fuck
stupid.
off, sir.
I
I work at fucking Walmart. Don't ask me shit. I'm tired of this job. Don't get in my face. I will drop you. That's what I would have said.
Do you care? Okay, none of us care. But I said something stupid like, I prefer to research and get involved in other news that is more relevant to my time. Some BS like that.
Did you say it in that tone?
I said it, yeah.
I
I basically told him a nice...
I've done this to research.
I basically said a nice way, I really don't care. I could give less shits than I do right now.
He was probably just joking and he just saw the tabloid.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
I asked him. I was like, do you really read that? And he's like, yeah, when I can. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
There's a slave trade going on in Kenya right now, and you're worried about whether
In
Brad and
Libya.
Angelina or in
Yeah.
Libya. Is it?
I think it's Libya, right?
I don't know.
Is it? It could
I
probably
don't know.
both. I mean,
I don't know. Somewhere in
there's slave trade
Africa.
in the United States, so
Yeah.
probably
unfortunately.
were.
Or where?
Probably were.
Urbiday.
Malaf. So
Unfortunately.
what else? Are you into March Madness at all?
The what?
Never mind. I was just talking
Does
about
that answer your question?
March Madness.
What are we mad about?
We are mad about college basketball.
No.
Okay.
I prefer football over basketball. Just the player.
Same, but you don't even know what a blitz is, so.
Well, you know what? Just the player to court ratio, I feel like is a skew in basketball, whereas football it's proportionately.
And the superheroes?
I'm more of a DC person, and when I say that, it pisses people off. I know that Marvel is a better franchise. I know they have better movies, better superheroes, better they're better at marketing, but I just prefer DC.
Wonder Woman, though.
Oh, Wonder Woman though.
I haven't seen it. I just know it did really well.
Oh, it's awesome, and it's
she's
somewhat
super
historically
hot.
accurate, and I love movies that are historically accurate. It makes me so.
Wait, so Wonder Woman is real?
Yes,
What?
absolutely.
That is crazy. Is she still alive?
I think.
Does she last forever? Is she from like another planet like Superman is? What's her backstory?
No, she's one of the Amazonians from the Paradise Island. That like they have this like force field thing around them, and I hope nobody that's like a huge comic book fan is listening to this and going,
Everyone
she
I know.
is wrong.
Everyone I know is a comic book
Everyone
fan.
here, great. I'm gonna have so many eggs thrown at me when I leave this place.
Yeah, I'll
But-
give you a link so you can send her hate emails.
Do you know my email?
I will.
Yeah, will.
We'll find out.
But she's like, I don't know, immortal, I guess, is what you say.
Mm-hmm.
But in the movie itself, the first part of it is in World War II. Most of it is in World War II, and it was pretty.
So why didn't she like have a gun? Like, I'm too cool for guns.
Because.
Does she carry a shield too?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Do you think Wonder Woman believes in gun control?
Believes in gun control? No.
No.
I don't believe in it.
I don't either. I can like hear you slowly chewing your ice as I'm talking.
Sorry.
That's one of my pet peeves, people that smack their food. Or chew gum with their mouth open.
That bothers me, yeah. My little brother does that all the time. And I want to
Slap
fight him.
Don't do that.
I will fight him eventually.
For the gum thing, or just cause?
Just to fight him. Just to
okay.
do it.
Okay.
I have to wait till he
I
gets a
feel
little bit
that.
older. But you know how it is. Do you have any more topics you wrote down that we didn't go over?
No. Oh, you told me to write down Black Jesus.
Oh yeah, Black Jesus. Have you seen the show?
No.
There's
That's a show?
There's a show. It's on Hulu. I think it was on Adult Swim. I don't know if it's still on Adult Swim.
Wait. This is a show. Black Jesus.
Black Jesus, yeah. I'll show
Why?
you.
Why have I not heard of Black Jesus? What?
It's hilarious. He sells weed with his friends. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time.
I mean, if we look at historically speaking, Jesus was born in the Middle East-ish, and so they were not white, and everybody.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice.
Oh, you're all about that. Black
We'll watch
Jesus,
this Black
sorry.
Jesus trailer. It's funny because he's like 6'7". This dude is a giant.
Is it? Oh, it's not. Okay. I thought it was animated.
Charlie
There's a-
Murphy's in it. Well, he's not anymore because he died. Do you know who Charlie Murphy is?
No.
He's a legend.
I thought this was animated, but then I realized that somebody's actually cast to play the role of Black Jesus.
Faith, bruh. Yes. Believe, believe, believe. That's all I say all the time, man. You get money fing with me. You get money fing with me. You feel me?
You smoke all the fucking weed.
You do realize I died for your sins, right?
Oh, that getting old.
Man, that was 2014 years ago.
Don't you know we like fine grapes?
Yeah, man.
Heavens no. I come through spitting the
Heavens
gospel
no.
all the time, man, but y'all ain't trying to hear your boy, though. Hey, Eugene, go get your colon checked, pimp. I don't even think I want to let y'all hit this fine yak, because your minds ain't ready and your heart's not
Oh,
open.
man.
Don't you think maybe you're taking this whole Jesus
Rest
thing
in
a
peace. That's Charlie Murphy.
little bit too far?
Lightning's gonna strike.
He ain't
from me
Jesus
watching this.
Christ. He's just some crazy dude who thinks he's Jesus.
He is Jesus Christ, God's only begotten Son, sent down here to save our mortal souls from eternal damnation.
Oh, my sweet Lord.
Hey, mama.
But you know what? That Negro ain't doing for me.
But you know we got this community garden cracking, right?
Jesus, I don't give a about the community here. You can either have violence with the Mexicans or you're going to have violence with me if I don't get my the way you promised it.
Gotta be able to spot the warning sign.
I don't think this is
David
an official
Koresh,
trailer
Jim
because it's
Jones.
not really.
That boy's a
It's just showing highlights, I guess.
White, goddammit.
The music, though, I think it's official.
I knew it. Jesus, my ass.
I'm standing my ground!
Oh my god. That was like a reference to George Zimmerman, I'm pretty sure. I'm standing my ground. But yeah, that's a role in Florida. But you guys should watch Black Jesus on Hulu or Adult Swim.
Is it still on? It's not still on since.
It should still be on.
Oh, it is?
I'm pretty. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I will Google it. I will Google.
Can we?
Yes.
I'd love to review your Google search history after this. It's just
Oh, it's nasty. I'm just playing. It's not.
ripping and king.
I don't.
Semen.
I don't look up bad things except for bull semen and
Killing children?
massacres.
And Black Jesus.
But what do you have any shows you watch that like for entertainment that aren't historical or nerdy?
Rick and Morty, though.
Oh, that's a
I
great show.
love Rick and
Everybody loves
Morty.
Rick and Morty. It doesn't even matter like how old you are or anything. Like every demographic. It's like The Office is one of those shows that everybody likes.
Never
Rick and
seen The
Morty
Office.
is one of those shows that everybody likes.
Family Guy.
Family Guy probably, yeah. I don't know. There's like 3 seasons to the show. I don't know if it's still going. But do you have a Hulu account?
I do. I have a Hulu and a Netflix account.
You know what else you need to watch?
It's not bougie.
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
With Donald Glover. Do you know who Donald Glover is? No. Childish Gambino.
I feel like you know so much more than me. You're just spitting out actors, and I'm like, no.
Oh, well, Donald Glover is a cool dude. You've definitely seen him before. I feel like.
Probably.
Unless you live under a rock like Patrick, you know?
Oh, Patrick.
Patrick Star.
I went to high school with a kid named What's with your neighbors, man?
They just really like to jump and fall and, have orgies. I don't know what it is.
That's where the German pornos are coming from.
It's exactly like German porno. They're shooting hardcore gay German porno upstairs.
Why does it have to be gay, though?
It's their choice. I didn't come up with it.
Okay.
They just hear them. It's all dudes. They go ham.
I feel like I should be one of those people. You know, in the radio shows that you can always hear them turning the papers?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just gonna do that. So you can.
Turning papers in the morning.
Wait.
Turning papers. Turning papers.
There we go.
All we do is
Got it.
turn our papers.
And then they do to like get their papers in order.
All right, you relax over there. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that nonsense. I'm trying to look up like current events, but like I don't. What's
Current events. Okay.
what's interesting you in the world right now?
The whole walkout thing. The whole.
Let's talk
Yes.
about it. Let's
So-
talk about it.
This is gonna piss a lot of people off. So somebody asked me the other day, "Hey, do you agree with the walkouts?" And I said, "Which ones?" And they said that the teachers and the students. I said, "Well, they're protesting for different reasons. The teachers are protesting because they don't get paid enough, or they don't get paid overtime, or whatever." And I'm all for that. Yay, go teachers.
Yeah, go teachers.
But
Except for the dumb
students,
ones. Some of them suck.
Go teachers that don't suck.
Go teachers that aren't coaches.
True though.
Just playing.
True.
There's some
True.
coaches that do give a fuck, but most of them don't.
But I don't agree with the whole students walking out because a lot of the students in California are forced to walk out. You know, they just
Yeah, that was fucked up.
And then
That was all political.
But I just don't believe in this whole we shouldn't have guns thing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Because I was talking to my grandma about this earlier today. She said, I don't think that people should have AR-15s. She said they don't need them. And I said, well, I agree with you and disagree with you. I said, because it's our right to have an AR-15. It is. But it's also our right to have a machete. But you need to know not to cut an onion with a machete. Right? So they're...
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, so like AR-15s do what they do, but also you need to know how, if you're going to have one, you need to know how to use it, what it's used for, and how to use
Absolutely.
it safely and properly, and how to not get it in the hands of people that don't know how to
And
use it.
it's not even one of the most dangerous rifles.
Yes.
It's just one of the most common and cheaper
Yes.
rifles.
Yes, and unfortunately, it's not, and I'll say this louder for the people in the back if I have to, it's not a gun problem, it's a people problem. And if you're going to have those weapons, by all means have them, but know how to... That guy just walked by with like 2 mattresses over his head, and I was very impressed. Anyway, know how to use it safely and properly and effectively, and know what you're using it for.
I agree.
You know, you
I agree
wouldn't use an
100%.
AR-15 to like go deer hunting. You know,
Yeah,
it's just, it doesn't
definitely.
make sense. And so that's how I feel about it. Is we have the Second Amendment right, of
Yeah.
course, absolutely, and it is our right as United States citizens to own guns. However, you need to know how to use them properly and
Yeah,
effectively.
and they're using kids as political pawns.
Yes, and that doesn't
And
make sense.
they're marching to have their rights taken away, which is
Yeah, and
it's
I
odd.
don't know. And if we look at history, we can everything goes back to history for me.
Everything goes back
But
to history with everything.
We've seen what happens when people take away our guns.
Yeah.
In 1776, in 1934, it's history repeats itself, and bad things will happen if we quote take away our guns, and it doesn't.
But what about like Australia? You know, they had a big buyback program, and they seem to be doing all right. The UK, they for the most part, they don't really have a gun problem.
Well, good for them, but they're not the United States. They don't have the
Exactly.
problems that we have.
I was just playing the devil's advocate.
Are you?
No, I kind of was, but it's like because guns have been a part of our culture since we started. You know,
Right.
like guns have been a staple in
Yeah.
everything we've done, and
There's a reason it's the Second
you
Amendment. and
can't
not
say
like
that
the
for
third.
like Australia or the UK or anywhere else, or anywhere in Europe really. Anywhere except for maybe Mexico because they kill people left and right. But
Wookie.
but yeah, I thought that was weird because it's like they're protesting, but it's like the government is supporting their protesting, so it's like something's wrong with this protest. Like
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
If you're forcing people to protest, it's not really a protest.
Yeah, some kids were getting in trouble, and some teachers were getting silenced and given time off because they didn't want to protest.
And even the kids that are vandalizing cars and that just shows it's not a gun problem; it's a people problem.
Yeah, and people say there's no reason you should own an AR-15. Like there's no reason you should own a Ferrari. There's no reason you should have an iPhone X. Yeah. There's no reason for a lot of things. That's not an argument. Yeah. I want to have fun. Like I'm not gonna go kill anybody. I should be able to go shoot a rifle if I want to.
Yeah. There are things that machetes are used for, and there are things that butter knives are used for, and you need to know how to use everything in between properly. And
there's this argument that's like, well, if you're not a woman, you can't have an opinion.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You can't have an opinion on abortion. Okay, well, if that's the case, then if you're not a gun owner, you can have an opinion on guns because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like people are saying there's no reason anyone should own a semi-automatic weapon. Almost every handgun right now is a semi-automatic weapon. Semi-automatic doesn't mean like almost automatic. It just means you pull the trigger and one bullet comes out. And you don't have to reload every time.
So just because you have the right to do something also doesn't mean that you have to do it. I have the right to go out in the street corner and protest that Trump sucks. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to. Yeah. So you have the right to own a gun. But if you don't want a gun, don't get a gun.
Exactly.
That's it. Just if you don't want to shoot guns, don't shoot guns. It's really okay. But because you don't want to shoot guns doesn't mean that everybody else shouldn't have to. You should be like, oh, everybody else should think the same way I do. No. Because everybody else has different needs than you do.
Yeah. And I'd feel much safer in a place where people are carrying. I know people are carrying. Like in a public area, like at a church or a mall or a school, I feel much safer when I know there's people here, there's responsible gun owners in this room, that if something does go down, we'll be all right, or at least we'll have a chance.
Do you think that teachers should carry?
I think teachers, if they want to, teachers should absolutely carry. I think that some teachers are incapable, older.
Yeah, the one that had his gun go off. I
think that was also a cop or something, wasn't it? Maybe not, But anyway, yeah, I mean, there should definitely be security at schools. But then again, like we can do all this stuff to like protect schools, but when are they going to shoot up another church, or when are they going to shoot up another concert? Like we can't
predict that stuff.
Exactly.
We can. Do you see what I'm saying now?
Yeah,
do you see the mattresses? Do you see the mattresses? I was impressed. But and that's the unfortunate bit of it is. All we can do now is educate people on how to defend themselves and educate people not to do that stuff, how to handle their emotions or whatever in a healthy way rather than saying, hey, shooting up a school is an option, because it's unfortunately it is now, but it shouldn't be. Yeah. People should know how to deal with their depression or whatever in a healthy way rather than taking it out on, oh, these people worked for them, so let me go do that.
And it's absolutely a people problem. Like I think it's like 27 of 28 mass shooters of like, I forgot what the statistic was, but like a vast majority of them were raised in a single family home without a father.
Oh my God.
The vast majority of them were on some sort of psychoactive drug, some sort of opioid, some sort of antidepressant. And that's just our culture fucking people up.
Here's the thing with that though. The Florida shooter, he was mentally unstable, I have no doubt.
Yeah, there were like 40 calls to the police on him.
Yeah, however, that doesn't excuse what he did. So there were all these warning signs, there were all these whatever, and at the end of the day, he apologized. That means he recognized what he did. He knows what he did. So I don't care that he's mentally unstable. I know that he is for a fact, but that doesn't occur to do anything else but shoot up a school. That's just my opinion. I know that mentally unstable people should not have guns, obviously, for sure.
But how do you gauge that? There's no way to gauge someone's being mentally unstable when they come in and they buy a gun.
You're right.
It's like if I wanted to go buy a McDouble from McDonald's and someone was like, well, let me figure out how you feel today. Like I don't.
Yeah.
There's no way to test that.
Yeah.
Or to even have a database.
And he did not have parents to teach him that how to use guns properly or whatever. But
that does not kill people.
Yeah, but that does not excuse what he did. And I know that sounds bad, but people are like, oh, we need to not give him the death penalty or whatever because he didn't know what he was doing. Yes, he
people say that?
Yeah.
There's a group of people saying don't give him the death penalty.
Yes, because he is
That's
just
disgusting.
a kid, and
That's disgusting.
that he.
You're not a kid. You're a monster. You are an absolute monster. Fuck yourself. I hope you die. I hope you rot.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just my.
Are you into any like conspiracies? Like
No.
Did you think it's odd the Vegas shooting? How like they've never given us like a motive or talked about it, or we've never seen any footage, and they've never addressed like the multiple gunshots. Like it seems like there's some shit going on that they just don't want to talk about.
What are you suggesting? Like what conspiracy are you suggesting?
I saw one that was interesting. I'm not saying it's true by any means, but it was interesting. They were saying it was like an arms deal gone wrong. Like somehow the CIA or the FBI is involved, some sort of terrorist organization. I don't know. But this dude, there's no footage of him. He had dozens of guns in his room. They don't know who helped him. And like it's one dude shot like 500 people. It seems crazy. And he just happened to shoot himself right before they got to him. And they took their sweet ass time getting up there. It's just a lot. It's a weird story.
Yeah.
It doesn't line up. And they're not talking about it. They're intentionally not talking. Like we have footage from the Florida shooting before we have footage from Las Vegas, which what the fuck is that?
But even they're still investigating the John F. Kennedy shooting of did Oswald really kill John F. Kennedy? So I think that they're going to be talking about this for a long time because there's so many conspiracy theories. That
But they're not updating us when they find new information. They're just sweep it under the rug. Like it's the biggest mass shooting ever, and they're not fucking talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really researched that.
I think something's up. I think the government was involved somehow, and they don't want to talk about it. Like the first thing I suggested could happen, there could have been multiple shooters.
That's a possibility, yeah. Multiple shooters.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Because one guy for 500 people, that's quite a bit. And then
I mean, it is a lot of people.
Like, how does nobody catch him before? You know, like after the first few gunshots, I would think that somebody would be like, "Hey, we better find out where that's coming from."
Exactly. And that's a shitload of bullets that you have to have, you know? That's a shitload of things you have to carry up to a hotel room, and no one's like, "Hey, why do you have 15 boxes?"
Front desk lady's like, "I don't get paid enough for this shit." You do you, man.
Maybe so. I don't know. But that
Menus on your table.
That dude was drugged up too. If it was even him, I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I just think it's some sane stuff out there. Not sane. I said sane stuff. Insane stuff. Insane in the membrane. Insane.
What is your shirt says Burritos Plus. What is that?
It's a restaurant in Hereford, Texas, owned by, I forgot his name, but it's my friend's Theo. His last name's Dominguez. But it's a great place. They have some pretty good burritos. You can go get them. They got brisket. They got all the good shit. They got, I can't think of stuff right now, but like breakfast and lunch and other shit.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Theo's Burritos.
No, it's called Burritos Plus.
Burritos Plus.
I forgot
his.
I don't remember his name. I'm sorry.
I'm not a comedian.
I'll have to think of it. You are a comedian. We are all comedians.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
All right, let's talk about
What is something that you have found, like a current event that you're kind of interested in? I suppose at the moment.
Well, the guns, of course. I think it's
The guns.
I'm interested in the guns. I think it's funny that they blame the NRA. It's like the NRA is giving the school money.
Yeah.
They're a terrorist organization.
That's like somebody beating you with an axe, right, and killing you with an axe, and then your family being like, "Oh, Home Depot." Like it
Exactly.
doesn't make any sense.
It makes zero sense. And it's like the NRA isn't like this group of evil people. It's
Yeah.
like Americans who pay money to a subscription and they own weapons. Like,
Yeah,
these are everyday normal people. And they're like, "Oh, they have so much influence in politics." And then they show the numbers. The amount of money that comes from the NRA doesn't come close to like the top 50 donors, like in political PACs or whatever you call them. But that's interesting. And then that chemical attack I thought was interesting because it's like it seems like a precursor to some type of conflict. Syria, I think, is very interesting because that's World War III on a small scale right now, just in one location.
Essentially, yeah, they're having a pretty big civil war right now.
Yeah, and everyone's a little bit involved. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how many places we bomb, how many we strike with drones on a regular basis. We don't even talk about it. Like, I don't know if I'm sure Trump is bombing a shitload of people. I know Obama was dropping like bombs on 8 different countries at once. So I'm sure Trump is doing 12 or 15. I don't know.
I gotta up this, man. Every president from now on is just
double it up. Double it up. But those are the current events, and I'm kind of paying attention to the March Madness. I didn't even make a bracket, so I don't really care too much. But it's interesting. Tech is getting far, so
you a basketball person?
I'll support them. Yeah, usually.
Blitzing it up.
I just since I've like started focusing more on like comedy and exercise and shit. Like I don't really watch TV. I don't really have time. I don't make time for it. So I don't really pay much attention to sports. Like I watched football, but like I wasn't like that engaged into it. Like I wasn't like I used to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna win, you know. But I was just like, fuck it, whatever. I'm less interested in sports than I have been.
I dated this guy who's a really big Packers fan, and so I like got really into the Packers, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, Clay Matthews, whatever. And then after we broke up, I was just like, ah, shit, like I don't have a team now, damn it.
You
and
can
so
still
I just
like the
kinda,
Packers,
fell out.
like the Bears, they're rivals. And you'd be like, fuck the Packers.
What next on my? Yeah, that was. I don't have a team. I don't really get into sports with teams. I don't like volleyball. I absolutely love volleyball. But if I'm watching it just professionally on the TV, I'd rather watch paint dry.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I feel you. My team's Dallas in the NFL, but like
Cowboys.
But I like every team. Like I like players from every team because there's like so much talent. You know, I just like the NFL as a whole.
Much talent, very football.
Yes.
Very blitz. What made you want to get into comedy though?
It's because since I was a kid, I've always wanted to make people laugh. Like I would say something funny, and like my mom would laugh or somebody would laugh, and I'd be like, "Hey, why did you laugh at that? Like, what did you think was funny about it?" And then I remember in second grade, I was 8 years old. They were asking, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like they would ask, they were going one by one. I was like, I want to be a comedian. And the teacher was like, good, you can make us all laugh. And I don't know, I've always wanted it. I've always looked up to comedians. Always thought it was awesome that you could be funny. I've always wanted to be funny. Like, and it's just like
always wanted to be funny.
It just comes natural, you know. Like I feel like I've been blessed with it, and like I should use it, you know. Yeah. Because I remember I would say things to people, like not even trying to joke around. I'd be like, that wasn't a joke. Like, why are you laughing? And then I don't know. It's just always been. I've always wanted to do it. I never had a place to do it because my friends would always tell me like you should try it, and I always wanted to try it. But I was like, as soon as I find a place, I'll try it. And then someone told me about the 806, so I started going there, and I've been doing it 11 months now. So
nice.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's what I want to do with my life. So quit my 9 to 5 eventually. I'll give myself 10 to 15 years.
10 to 15 years.
10 to 15 years. Just be patient, you know.
Build
up some good stuff. Travel, and then I won't need a 9 to 5. I can just do podcasts. I can just do stuff I want to do. I just want to be my own boss. Do stuff I want to do. Not have to fucking wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I hate my job. I don't want to go here.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So that's the plan.
Nice. They say that if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. But
I disagree with that.
You disagree with that?
Yeah.
Why?
Because to get to that point to where you don't have to work hard, you have to work your ass off. You have to work.
Yeah.
You have to work hard as shit.
Like stepping stones to get there.
Yeah, and even to keep it going, you have to continue to work your ass off. So
yeah.
Even if you love it, you're still gonna be you're still gonna be before going back. Just you're working. You love it, but you're still working.
But it won't feel like work.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So if you love your job, work won't feel like work. That's not as catchy, man.
Yeah, it's not as catchy. But still, I used to like that quote, and then I like thought about it. I was like, no, I disagree. Because you have to work really hard to get anywhere.
I mean,
to
also
get anywhere
the
you
definition
want.
of work is like something has to move, something has to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you push on a wall, then you're not doing work because there's no results. There's no.
There is if I push on a wall because I'm strong as
okay.
shit.
Okay. Well, if anybody else but Matt pushes on a wall.
Hulk smash.
And so I kind of like that if you look at
Reagan
from a philosophical
smash.
point. Peace ball smash. But I feel like from a philosophical point of view of in order to work, you have to like go forward. You took what I was going and you just kind of crushed it.
I'm sorry.
Fell on the
I'll
floor. It's okay,
rebuild
though.
it.
With the wall too.
Excuse my eyes. Yes, we need walls.
No. All right, next topic. You gonna build that wall?
It'd be cool. I think it's a waste of time and money. But
They can't even finish the highways in Amarillo. How are they gonna build a wall?
what are they doing? Do you know what they're doing to the highway, like on I-27, like by Hollywood?
They're like supposed to be making it bigger, making it like 6 lanes or whatever.
Are they really?
I think so.
Because
That's what I heard.
that's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, this supposed to be finished in 2019, I believe.
Holy. I guess that's not too bad.
But
But, like-
for a minute. I wish they'd finish one project though before they started the next one.
Yeah.
You know,
So like they're getting rid of that whole, what do they call that space with no road?
the median.
The median, yeah. So they have to get rid of the median. Are they putting that shit all the way to Canyon? Like they're all the way down I-27. It's gonna be
God,
6
I hope
lanes.
not, 'cause
Because that's gonna
it'll
take
take forever,
Yeah, it's gonna
yeah.
take a long ass
But
time.
there's a lot of businesses though that fall on that line, so they'd be running along the sides of the access roads. What do you call them? Do you call them access roads?
Yeah, access roads.
A lot of people call them like free roads or side roads. No, I talked to this woman about this earlier. She called it a free road, and I was like, what?
Was she on drugs?
Probably.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Everybody in Walmart's on drugs.
Everybody in
Just so
Walmart's
you know.
on drugs. Hey, do you know Marcus Freeman?
No.
No, I had
But
him
I
on.
wanna say-
I had him on the podcast, episode 10.
Oh. I was like, I've heard of that name.
He was really quiet, nice guy, but super quiet.
Nice guy.
I was kind of worried you were gonna be like a little, just an everything in history.
No, I'm. If I'm talking about something that I like, I can talk for hours and hours and hours.
That's what's up. I'm glad. It's been fun.
It's been fun.
I'm gonna look up some interesting facts. Did you know that sharks can't swim backwards?
Yes.
Oh,
Did you know that most species, not all, can't stop swimming?
can't stop.
But sperm whales,
So they swim they swim while they're sleeping.
yes. But sperm
Whoa.
whales are able to sleep vertically.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you collect a sperm whale sperm?
What would I do with it? Like put it on a jar on my windowsill, or how would
I don't know. I guess you could use
offer it like as a party favor?
use it as a hair product.
As
You
a
know,
hair
whatever.
Like a don't
Whatever
use
you're into.
shampoo.
Use
Use-
whale sperm.
Use whale sperm.
Sperm whale sperm
Coming to you this June.
at Natural Grocers. This podcast is brought to you by Sperm Whale Sperm,
The organic kind.
the organic sperm.
Also available in berry scent.
What, do you choose organic products?
Depends. I like organic apples, but that's expensive. And
Yeah, I have
Lord
some-
knows Walmart doesn't pay me enough
I have
to buy
some
organic
friends that are
products.
very against organic
Why?
because like GMOs. They believe like GMOs are like helping the world and not populate it, but feed the world.
How popular?
But I
the
don't know.
world-
I don't have a stance on it. Like I don't know because I feel like I do like organic and grass fed just because it says it on the label, and he kind of has a point that they're just saying that like it doesn't make a difference, and maybe it doesn't make a difference, but like I don't know. It's got to make some like even if it's a small difference, it's got to be a little bit healthier, right?
Yeah. I mean, so some milk that's marketed as organic and pesticide free, the milk itself is pesticide free, but the cows that it came from are not pesticide free. So if the cows are treated, but the milk is not, then they're able to put organic on there or pesticide free on there.
Yeah, they get away with things like
Yeah.
that.
And so you really have to research that, but it's so expensive.
Yeah, and the FDA doesn't regulate when they put all natural on their
Yeah.
shit. So you could just have all natural Cheetos if you wanted to, and fucking people would be like,
All-natural
okay, yeah, like some all natural French fries.
Dude, organic syrup though. I don't buy like regular syrup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like anything with high. I tried not to buy.
High
I try
fructose
not to
corn
buy.
syrup.
Yeah, high fructose or anything like that. I try to buy things that are a little bit healthier for you, but I know a lot of things that are diet or sugar free or fat free or whatever are actually worse for you because they've added
absolutely,
stuff.
absolutely.
And so
The things that they make like fat free will like they'll jack up the sugar in it.
yeah.
And they won't tell you about it. And then they have this thing. Well, this is a whole nother.
They won't tell you about it.
There's a whole
On the
nother.
label, they're like, "Hey, this is super bad for you, but it's cheaper." So
It's a whole nother topic, but they've demonized fat and like fat is that your body can run on fat pretty easily. Mine can at least. So I'm very comfortable in
Call me fat?
in like a keto state where I just eat a lot of fat and a lot of protein. You're not supposed to eat a lot of protein, but I eat a lot of protein anyway. But anywho,
I'm not a health person. I don't worry about too much about
I didn't until recently.
organics. I don't know. I just try to.
I'm
I buy my apples where I buy my apples.
in love with beef. So it's for dinner.
I'm more of a fish person. I love fish.
Fish is good too. I like tilapia and salmon. Do you like sushi?
No.
Oh, not at all?
No.
Oh.
I don't like the idea of raw fish.
Yeah, that's a turn off for a lot of people. But I think like it's not always raw, maybe. Because I was talking to someone and they were like, it's seared for a little bit, so it's technically not raw, so it's not bad. I don't know.
I'm sure some sushi is.
I'm not sure, but I had these buffalo balls at King and I in Canyon, and they were like fried. And there's fried
Buffalo
pieces
balls?
of sushi. Buffalo balls. Not actual buffalo balls, not testicles. But they were just called buffalo balls. I don't know what.
Whale sperm,
It probably had crab in it or something.
bull semen, and buffalo balls.
But it was really good. It was delicious. I was gonna talk about another topic, and then
You're looking up interesting facts, and then you just kind of.
I didn't even do that. I was
On
just
Facebook?
pretending. I was just pretending I was looking up interesting facts.
I was like, well.
Do you believe the moon landing was real?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Why don't you believe in the was real?
Because why haven't we gone back? Why haven't we gone back?
Funding.
That's bullshit. Why don't we have funding?
Dude, teachers don't even have funding for calculators. You think they're gonna fund a trip
Elon
to the
Musk.
moon?
Elon Musk just shot a car into the nowhere. How did
To
he
the
get funding?
nowhere. Lottery
Okay.
tickets.
That's bullshit. We don't have funding. We blow all this. We blow all this money on our military, and we can't go to the moon one more time. It just seems odd. Well,
I mean, I see your point. I don't think it's fake, but I see your point as to why we haven't gone back. That's
I'm big on conspiracies.
I can tell.
I don't trust the government. That's why I'm libertarian. Almost. I'm not full libertarian. I'm kind of like, yeah, a little bit.
What's your favorite conspiracy? What is your like die hard? This is true. Nobody can tell me otherwise.
Oh.
Like me and my mustache believe this, and this is the only thing that's to be true.
Well, I don't. I'd have to ask my mustache exactly what his opinion is.
It's probably why that 6-year-old lady hates you.
Mm-hmm. Fuck her. Hope she falls down a flight of stairs, but survives. You know, not like dies or anything. But conspiracy. I'm trying to think. I don't. 9/11's interesting, but I don't necessarily believe it was fake. I don't necessarily believe that was fake. The Gulf of Tonkin. That was bullshit.
Why?
Because it was fake.
Why do you believe that it was?
Because they have proof. They have proof that it was fake.
What proof?
I don't know. I just heard about it. Just heard that.
Just top secret proof.
Top secret proof.
Top secret proof.
I got people in the CIA and the NSA giving me information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's exactly.
Was the NRA involved in this one too, or was that no?
It was Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, actually. They were all
The DARE program.
the DARE
Okay.
program.
The DARE
No, the
program.
MAD program.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The DARE program? We
I
got those
remember.
like brain pencils and
They told me that if you sniff markers, it's basically doing a drug, and I felt so bad. I felt like a monster because the day before I was sniffing the shit out of a Sharpie because I thought it smelled good. I thought it smelled delicious. And then the next day he was like, if you sniff Sharpies, you're just as bad as a drug addict. You should get out. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a drug addict.
I used to think that about gas. Like I love the smell of gas when my mom would
I
fill
still
up
love
in her
the smell
car.
of gas. I huff that shit.
Do you?
Yeah, that and glue and paint, spray paint usually.
Do you remember when they came out with those Synod Expo markers?
Yeah.
So when I was little,
I used to put those in my butt. Sorry, go ahead.
I tried to find a swift way to move on from that, but I couldn't. I thought that like a regular Expo marker. So I thought the cherry ones, like all the red ones were cherry now, and like all the orange ones. And so I started sniffing one, and this was probably like middle school. And like, what do you know? I'm like, it's the scented ones, and like these are the regular ones. But I'm like, then why does it smell so good? And so then it like got around that I like huff Expo markers, whatever. I'm like, no, it just smells good.
Did you get high a lot?
Huh?
I never got high off the
No.
marker. I
never got high.
It just hurt my throat.
It hurt my nose.
Yeah, it hurt my whole nasal cavity. But yeah, I've been a drug addict since 5th grade.
Same.
I've been selling crack since like the 5th grade.
See, I prefer to huff glue though. That was my thing. White out glue.
Elmer's?
Hmm?
Elmer's?
Crazy art all the way.
Did you ever put glue on your hands and peel it off?
All the freaking time.
Because I was just talking to some friends earlier today, and I was like, I'm pretty sure those are like the kids who are all in jail now. The kids, I always thought that was so weird that kids would do that.
Really?
Because I hated having glue on my hands. I would go and wash that off immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
I would
thought it was gross.
purposely like put it on my hands when we were doing projects, but I wouldn't stop it either necessarily. So like if it was like a gluey mess and I had to put something, I'd be like, oh, gotta do what I gotta do, when I put it in there.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
But I used to steal Maddie Tiarina's glue. Sorry, Maddie, if you're listening, but I used to steal her glue all the time.
I know her. I graduated in 2017. I graduated college before you graduated high school. You know how old I am? Damn.
Almost 25.
In a year. Don't say almost like that.
In a year.
Don't say almost.
Almost.
I just turned 24. I'm almost used to be 23.
Why do people say I'm 16 going on 17? Like, it wouldn't be like 16 going on 19, like, we all know what comes after 16.
People say that?
Yeah. It's on, what is that movie? Shirley Temple?
13 going on 30.
No.
30, Flirty, and Thriving. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, it's Mark Ruffalo in it. He has dreamy eyes. Anyway, go ahead. What were you saying?
It's Shirley Temple.
Yeah, I've tried that drink.
Yeah, that one.
16
going on
17.
Nobody knows the rest of that song. I think it's just the 16 part.
I only know that from another movie that they sang that in. I don't
really?
even know it from the original.
But I don't, we all know what comes after 16. You don't have to let me know that.
Well, sometimes you don't, because like Benjamin Button, he's growing backwards.
He's growing backwards. My mother has been 35 for 8 years now.
Well, that's because she's like a warlock. Have you ever thought about peeing in the sink?
Being on what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Peeing in the sink. Have you ever considered it?
No.
Just to save energy.
No,
just
I
save
feel
water.
like for you though, it's easier for you.
Yeah, definitely. But
Because you have the necessary tools.
You
to
can
do
hop
such.
up on the counter,
Why would I do that?
to
Why? Why would I
to
do
save water.
That? Or I could just do it in the shower.
Yeah, you could, but I don't want to pee on my feet.
But you're in the shower.
Yeah, but I don't want to pee on my feet still.
But they instantly get clean because you're in the shower.
But I don't want to pee on my feet.
But you have the necessary tools.
But I don't want to pee
You have the necessary
on
tools.
my feet. I don't want to pee on my feet.
You have.
Did you hear me? Did I stutter?
But.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, that's
No,
If you wanna
have you ever done that?
peed in the sink or the shower, because I have peed in the shower.
So what are you on about then?
I don't want to do it again. That's
Why not? You have the necessary tools so it doesn't go on your. Why am I talking about this?
yeah.
What
Why
the
are
fuck?
you gross? I can't believe you. You're embarrassing me in front of my fans, in front of my friends.
You have fans?
I don't have any fans.
Do you have friends?
I do have friends
You do?
occasionally. Yeah, when I go to the strip club, they're all my friends.
Do you pay them to be your friends?
Yeah, you have to. Those are rules. Who doesn't pay for their friends? Right?
No.
Okay.
If I had friends, I would know that.
How many friends do you have?
12.
Have you seen the show Friends?
No, I don't like that show.
You don't like that show?
No.
Dude, jump off a
Bridge.
trampoline and land on a soft mattress.
I did throw my brother off a trampoline one time.
Did he die?
No.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that.
Same. To be honest. Same.
Is your brother younger than you?
Yes.
Oh, is he still in high school?
Yes.
At Canyon?
Yes. He's a freshman this year.
Oh, let's go hang out with him.
No. You don't want to hang out with him.
Why not? Is he the type? I'm just kidding. I don't want to go there.
No, finish.
Is he the type to bring a little action to the realm of high school?
What kind of action are you
The
talking
kind of
about?
action that involves a little bit of the a little little bit of the a little bit of that action.
I
One of
hope
those?
not.
Okay, just checking. Just thought I'd check. You never know. Next topic.
I don't think he's a manho. I hope not.
You thought that's what I was talking about?
What action were you talking about?
I was talking about school shootings. Okay, I apologize.
I hope not. I hope not.
Me too.
Are you looking up interesting topics or just?
I'm trying to think of things to talk about, but I mean, we've been going on over 2 hours. It's been a really good conversation.
Looky there.
I'm gonna look for a few more current events. See what we can rustle up. Sorry, I talk like that. That was embarrassing.
I mean,
Aloe vera plants,
aloe vera plants. Don't paint them blue.
Is your spin class too young, too thin, and too white? See this Washington Post?
What?
Fuck the Washington Post. This is their top story right here. Is your spin class too white? Shut.
What the fuck's
your
wrong with
mouth.
white people? Hold up,
Identity
Washington
politics is ridiculous. I hate this shit so much. But anyway, let's skip that one because I hate it.
Guess I hate it.
These notorious Spanish rappers are about to go to prison for insulting the king.
Ooh.
You insulted the king. That's how they talk in Spain. Hello, governor.
In Spain?
Yeah, hello, we're in Spain, are we? Right, yo. How do you feel about British people?
I actually do a pretty good British accent.
Really, go ahead.
Yeah, I would love to go to Britain. I really would.
Do it. Do your best British accent.
I'm sick though.
No, you're not. You sound fine.
I'm sick.
You're not
But
sick.
I would actually love.
You're not sick
I would
at all.
Actually, I would love to go to Great Britain because I think that just saying crisps.
I'm
just
already tired of
really,
it.
You're already tired of it. And your Spanish accent's a better match. Shut the fuck up. But I don't know. I
Spanish
think
accent's
I would.
wonderful.
I would love to
Hello?
go there.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry.
I'm looking for Juan. I'm looking for Juan. Is Juan? Is it looking if he's here? Is Juan here? Is that? ¿Cómo se dice here? Aquí? Also, Juan? See? I have a wonderful Spanish accent. That was
Okay, babe, just talk really, really quiet.
probably my best accent.
No, I would love to go to Britain and order crisps. You know, like instead of saying
Fuck is
chips, I'd
that?
be like, I want some
crisps.
crisps. You know, it just sounds some proper.
I would say waffle fries to go.
Can I have some biscuits and gravy and just watch them?
Cookies
just watch
with
them
gravy?
Be like, what?
Who would you vote for in 2020?
Who's running?
The Rock, Kanye West, Oprah, Mark Zuckerberg, and Mark Cuban.
Do I have the option of drinking bleach?
No.
Okay.
And the ghost of Stephen Hawking is also running, so
Oh no.
he can float. He's still in a chair, but he can float. I am running for president. Good evening. This is my first presidential address. Okay, sorry, go ahead. It's like if
I don't
Siri was
know.
president.
Hopefully somebody that knows what they're doing. I really hope.
Do you think we should get rid of presidents?
No. What do you propose in place of your presidential demotion?
A council of elders, including century-old wizards who are very wise.
Okay, elders such as.
Like 98 and above.
That's a very small population of people.
Yeah, it's going to be
Okay, keep in mind, 98 and above, most of them have served in World War II, right?
Yeah.
Or Korea. Well, that's not quite 98. But anyway, they would all just have this mindset of, we'll just bomb everybody. Like, Russia looks at it wrong. They're like,
No, they probably have the mindset of like, I shit my pants. I need some help. I need someone to help me. That's probably what their mindset would be. I mean, that's going to be me if I'm 98, you know?
and that's who you want running your country. It's a bunch of.
Yeah, people shitting themselves. They have humility, you know?
Doesn't
They're
that
not
happen
like the
now,
current
though?
president.
Doesn't it happen now, though?
No, when he shits himself, he brags about it. He's like, I have the best shit in the world. I shit out gold bars. My gold bars are worth $1 billion.
Russia wishes.
It's beautiful. It's amazing. I have amazing shits. Yes. Schools shouldn't arm staff because so many teachers are women, Alabama lawmaker says.
Oh, okay. So, how do I say this
I love
nicely?
how you're contemplating.
How do I say this nicely? I don't understand why people think that women shouldn't be in the military or law enforcement or shouldn't be
I can kind of see it.
Why?
Because I've seen videos of like female police officers, and women aren't gonna be as strong. They're not gonna be as big. She pulled over this huge black dude, like 6'5", probably 250, and he picked her up and slammed her, and he beat the shit out of her.
Gosh.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, like I respect women, I love women, but in situations like that, you need to at least have a partner,
Well.
Because one-on-one against a full-grown man, you are going to get your fucking ass beat. Unless you have a gun, unless you have a taser. And I feel like that's similar to military. I mean,
unless you have a gun.
Women
Did
should
you hear
serve.
that, people? Everybody. But...
women should serve should serve in the military. But I mean, being on the front lines, you have a disadvantage. You can't carry as much. It
depends on how the person is built, and I agree with you
Yeah.
that women are not built.
And I don't mean that in a sexist way. I mean that in a way that's like, hey, I want to protect women. That's where I'm coming from. Like
look at you.
I don't think we need women getting their ass beat by these huge men who they pull over and they're like, I can take advantage because she's a woman, so I'm just gonna slam her head in the fucking concrete and run. Because that happens. It happens often. Maybe not too often, but it definitely happens.
Every 6 seconds.
I've seen it on multiple occasions.
You've seen...
Not in person, but
okay.
like videos,
wow,
like dash cam footage and things like that. Or they have the cameras on there.
I agree with
collar.
you that women are not built as strong as men. And that's just biology, simple DNA. There's no debating with that. However, I do think...
Unless you're trans.
Oh man.
But I don't know, like, no, women should definitely be involved, but
yes.
but in situations where it's life or death, bring a friend.
Bring a friend. If you know you're going to die, bring a friend. Call the hotline now and we'll ship a friend out to you. So you'll have a friend in your time of death.
Yes. Are you a feminist? Are you a feminist?
I don't know.
I think it's interesting.
I don't think that women are superior or equal to men. Mm-hmm. And that comes with no.
Oh, okay.
And that comes from a religious standpoint of there's certain things that women are built for and there's certain things that men are.
Oh, I agree 100%.
And if everybody was equal, nobody in this world is equal. Nobody. If everybody was equal, then there'd be no point in living.
That's interesting.
I'm not as funny as you, but you don't know as much history as me.
Oh, I know way more than you. I'm the best history buff in the world.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
When did the Titanic sink?
1942.
April 14th, 1912. But anyway, we all have, I don't know, we're all good at something. We all have these different gifts and talents, and if everybody was equal, then there'd be no point in living, I think. But
there's this. Does it sound like I have ice in my mouth?
I've been hearing it for the last 2 hours now.
There's a guy.
What if everybody listens to your ASMR videos of you chewing ice for 3 hours?
AMSR?
Whatever. How do you say it? A something R. That's ASMR, AMSR.
No idea what you're talking about.
AQWR. You know those videos that have soothing sounds or satisfying sounds that people listen to, like calm themselves or whatever?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've never heard ASR, ASQR.
ASQR.
Never heard of any of
ASMR.
that.
You've never heard of it?
Acronyms.
A friend tried to show me a video and I was like, nah, I'm good.
But yeah, I was gonna say, there's this guy named Jordan Peterson who I follow now because I've seen him. He talks about like gender inequality and all that stuff, and how there's a lot of like false things going around, and how people are crazy. But he was just saying like the outcome. People want an equality of outcome, which is socialism, which is bad because you can't have equality of outcome. You can have like equality like at birth, but you can't guarantee everyone's going to make the same amount of money or that everyone's going to be successful or that we're all going to end up at the same place because that's like
I agree with that.
It's crazy.
I do.
It's crazy to want that. It's crazy how many people our age are like excited about socialism. That's scary to me. Like I hope we grow out of that shit,
I think it's because they haven't properly researched the subject.
Exactly.
Oh my, we're all protesting for socialism, so that must be good, right? But they haven't really researched on why it can't work, or why it could work, or why it hasn't happened, or why it will, whatever. They just haven't.
Or
researched.
Venezuela.
But I don't know. I know that men are not equal to men and men are not equal to women, and we both have different things that we are built for. And different things that happen biologically and just in life. Like the whole women don't get paid as equally as men. That's illegal in the United States.
Yeah,
you can't
exactly.
you can't pay someone more because of their gender or because of their haircut or whatever.
It's because of our gender differences that we choose different career paths. Like you want to be a high school teacher, So you're not gonna make as much as a man who's not interested in children, who doesn't want to help children. He just wants to have a 6-figure salary so he can buy a Ferrari or we have different ambitions.
Yeah, and if I know going into being a teacher, I know how much they make. They don't make. I know that. I know that. If you're looking for money, being a teacher is not it. I get that. And if you're looking for money, then you might want to go to the oil field or underwater welding or whatever. If that's your drive and that's your motivation is money, then go for a job that has money. But there are people that don't pick a job because of money. They pick it because they love it.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing wrong with you as being, I want to be an accountant because of the money, or I want to own my own business because it makes a lot of money. That's
there
fine.
is, in my opinion.
Huh?
My personal view, yeah.
Of what?
That it won't make you happy,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you think it'll make you happy, you do you. If you that's how you want to live your life, that's fine. But I'm not going to live my life that way. And I know that if you work in the oil field and I be a teacher, that I'm gonna make less than you. But it's not because of my gender. It's because of the career path that I chose.
Exactly. See, I like your views on life. I concur. It's cool. It's cool.
But you don't think money, like the drive for money, will make people?
It would
happy?
make me happy.
Yeah, I don't.
Not at all.
I don't know. I think that I like to look at it as, if money were not a factor, would you still love your job? Or if money were not a factor, would you still love that person? Or whatever. And that's, you can take any aspect out of that. In relationships, absolutely. If you take sex out of the equation, what more is there to offer? What more do you have to offer that person? What more is there in that relationship? And I feel like money is the same way with jobs. Is if you're not there for the money, what are you there for?
And that's the same thing with stand-up. Like, you're not going to make money for a long time doing it. And you just have to be prepared for that. Yeah. And I think people that are trying to make money from it are just going to end up quitting, because their heart's not in it. And I don't know, if you want to be really successful at something, your heart has to be in it 100%. Absolutely. And it can't be about money. Yeah. Unless you're on Wall Street, I guess. But
that old street is just a bunch of... Did you see the Wolf of Wall Street movie?
Yeah, of course. It was a long-ass movie.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it at all? I thought it was too long. I didn't like it the first time I watched it. I had to watch it a couple times to appreciate it. But it has some good parts. It has some good stuff to it, Did you like The Great Gatsby? I thought that was stupid.
I love the book and the movie.
I like the book, but the movie is just kind of too much.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that... Is that a dog squealing or a baby crying?
No, that's my neighbor.
Why do you have weird neighbors?
They like to make noises outside my window.
I felt like in The Great Gatsby, though, the actress, I can't remember her name for the life of me, who played Daisy, did a good job of making her as this ditzy character that doesn't realize what's going on, or is kind of... She did a good job of portraying that, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the movie and the book.
Oh, you're thinking of Whoopi Goldberg.
Absolutely. Whoopi Goldberg.
I don't know her.
Can you imagine Whoopi Goldberg as Daisy in Great Gatsby?
I
Can
can't
you just
imagine Whoopi Goldberg as a woman, you know? So,
Have you seen? You don't like her screenplay on The View?
no, I hate The View.
I've never seen an episode in my life.
I haven't either, but they put, like, clips of it
Everybody
on,
seems to
like,
hate
social
it, though.
media. They're just, like, super, like, liberal to, like, a fault, where it's, like, they don't even care about any type of facts. You know? Like,
So-
basically Fox News and CNN. Like,
So if like there's 50 articles telling them they're wrong, but they find 2 that say they're right, they're gonna be like, oh, I'm right.
exactly.
I've never seen that show though. I can't say I like it or don't like it.
Yes, you can. You can say whatever you want.
Well, you're gonna quote me or whatever I say.
Quotes. Quotations. Hey, hey, hey. So it's been almost 2.5 hours.
Looky there.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good. It's been a good
Feeling
time.
good. It's been a good time.
5:30 p.m. on Sunday, March 18th. Welcome to the podcast that you've been listening to for 2 hours and 25 minutes. I say.
If anybody's listening, if anybody spent this entire time listening to this, they are absolute champions. If they
They-
haven't quit within the first like 30 minutes of,
They
oh, she
probably
sounds
won't.
like a 12-year-old boy, we need to stop.
You don't sound like a 12-year-old boy. You don't sound like a boy at all.
Oh, thanks.
That wasn't a compliment. But you
Okay.
don't. But you don't.
I just look like one. Okay, that's fine.
No, you don't look like a boy. Relax. Do you still work at Anytime Fitness? That's what I was going to ask like an hour ago, but I forgot to.
Yes, I do. I
That's
work
cool.
out at 1 a.m. though, because nobody's there. So I can bring my
Damn.
speaker and I can just jam, and it's
That's cool. I
it's a
work
lot
out
of
at Crunch now because I moved to Amarillo, but
fun. Lame.
it's fun. It's a lot cheaper. $10 a month.
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna renew my with Anytime. It's too much money for
It's a lot
one
of money.
squat rack.
Have you been to
and
806
one
Fit?
bench. No,
been-
I live literally right across the street from it though.
Oh, you live at Canyon
Don't
Creek?
Don't stalk me.
That's where I met you. Yeah, I used to live there.
No, I live a block away from.
I used to be Isaac's roommate. Did I tell you that?
No.
Oh yeah. We were a thing.
Were you?
No, not like a gay thing, but like we were
Well,
partners.
Don't hide it, Dan.
We were
hey,
life-
we don't judge. We don't
Life
judge.
partners.
Got that Polish porn in here.
Life partners. They're for a lease, basically. So. Yeah, it was a good time. We did a lot of experimental drugs.
Nice.
Drank a lot of experimental alcohol. Did a lot of experimental music. You know, mostly screamo jazz.
Can you demonstrate a screamo jazz
Well,
song?
just picture like a really smooth saxophone, like,
Right.
and you're just like over that.
Like if Michael Bublé were to trip acid for a little bit, that's what the music he would
Well,
create.
yeah, like if he was tripping acid and then he was getting chased by a pack of wolves, the sound he would make, that would be the jazz screamo.
For 3 minutes, we're like, yo, set these wolves on Michael. We gotta make a track.
Got to record another album. Bring the wolves. That's how I run. And just have an audio of wolves in my headphones helps me run faster.
I hate running so much.
Me too. That's why I
That's
do
why
ropes.
you need the wolves.
That's why I do the row machine.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the row machine.
And I push a sled. But yeah, I do everything but run. I do box jumps. Those are fun. I never
I
thought I'd
hate
do those.
box jumps.
They're exciting. They're real exciting. I like to get in there, get on them, and jump on them. You
Is
know
that
what I'm saying?
your Forrest Gump?
No.
Forrest Gump's all about those
That's
box jumps.
that's my trucker from East Texas. I got a little southern accent, you know. Like maybe I visited Louisiana a little bit too long, you know
You
what I'm
just
saying?
sound like you're smoking bitch cigars. Like that's all you
I
just
smoke
sound
a
like.
little 1 or 2 bitch cigars, cigars from the south, very southern like I was just falling down a plate of
Are you advertising KFC chicken? What are you?
slapjacks. Are they called slapjacks? Flapjacks. Slapjacks. I just spit on my microphone. I need to quit. I need to stop doing drugs.
Please. Drugs are bad, kids.
Did you already read all the questions?
What questions? Your rapid fire questions?
No.
Oh yeah,
all your,
I have
all
my
your info.
yeah
Okay.
my notes. Yep.
So did you learn anything today? We were gonna.
Did I learn anything today?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I learned quite a bit.
Did you?
Yeah, I learned about Nanking, the massacre of Nanking. We killed about 300,000 people.
Nanking?
Nanking, and I learned that there was a crash, the Gulf of, or the Wilhelm Geiser, William Gunther. He was on a boat, and his boat was shot by the Russians. And then, I learned that Hitler was highly motivated by Alexander Graham Bell, and then Alexander Graham Bell is a goddamn fraud, and he didn't even invent the telephone; he just patented it because he's not even a real person; he's fake as a fake person would be. Because I don't use curse words anymore. And yeah,
darn that
that's
Alexander Graham
darn
Bell.
that Alexander Graham Bell.
I learned things. I learned that I can tear up a total of 5 note cards in 2 hours. You like ice? And
Don't you dare. Don't you dare talk about my meth addiction. Not right now. Not here.
Okay.
Not on the air.
And I learned that you have a different taste in music than I do.
Yeah, you've never heard of Donald Glover.
Because even though...
Square.
I learned about Black Jesus. That's what I learned. I learned about Black Jesus.
Yeah.
I can't say that was a fun time, but
Why can't you say it was fun? Because you prefer white Jesus.
Absolutely.
I prefer my Jesus to look like me.
Is that your white girl voice?
That's my it's my white girl voice. That's what I use for every white girl.
Oh, okay.
I like lattes from Starbucks. You know.
I'm more of a cappuccino
Pumpkin
person,
spice
but
latte.
Pumpkin spice.
It's my birth month.
Oh.
I'm gonna go out every day for my birth month.
Actually, I read my horoscope and then pick my drinks based on the horoscope. You know.
You should.
I do.
As you should.
Because that stuff is serious.
I
May babies are the babies.
I study stars.
You study stars?
Yeah.
You're an astrologist?
No.
I
just get high. So I look at stars.
Drugs are bad. He
Drugs
doesn't
are
do
bad.
drugs.
I don't do drugs.
When
I
he
don't
gets
even smoke.
high, he gets on the
You don't wanna
stair.
smoke?
He goes up on the stairs and...
Get high, get high, get high. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Am I right? You like Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Never heard of that in my life.
Let's ride, let's ride, let's ride. I'm dead dangerous. Ain't too many can't bang with us. Straight up, we no angel dust. Label us notorious. That's Notorious B.I.G. Have you heard of him?
No.
What? Never?
No, you and I listen to two different
You've
types
never
of
heard of Biggie Smalls?
Oh, he's the one that was killed in 1990 something with Tupac.
They weren't killed together, but yeah, around the same time.
No, they weren't. Tupac Shakur was killed before Biggie Smalls. Yes, but
Yes.
they were believed to be by the same murder, and so they were their case was built together.
No, I don't think it was the same murder, but they were just around the same time.
That's one of the theories.
And they had rap beef.
Yeah, that's one of the theories. Is
They started out as friends though. Not a lot of people realized that they were cool for a while.
They were cool.
Yeah, but then Tupac was convinced that
Things
Biggie
got hot.
was involved
My
in
comedian.
the
now?
shooter.
No.
Okay. That was a bad drum roll. So you got a drum roll like this. Boom, boom. Tss. Things got hot. Boom, boom. Tss. And you got to move your shoulders. Boom, boom. Tss. See, this is why I gotta have a camera record me so y'all can see my shoulder movement. It's exquisite.
Mine.
Yeah. So yours is kind of you got to work on it. You got to
I'm
go home and work on them shoulders. You know.
And then someone comes in, and I'm just twitching my shoulders, and they're like, "Oh well."
Do you lift a lot of weights at any time, or do you just do more cardio? What are you focusing on?
Weights.
Nice, me too. Weights are fun.
Cardio, yes, sort of, but I don't know. I just prefer to lift weights.
Me too.
I feel
too.
like a badass squatting rather than doing planks. You know,
For sure.
I don't know. Maybe I should join a spin class or a Zumba class or something. I don't know. But I just prefer lifting weights.
I like lifting heavy weights.
It makes me feel so good. I get it up and I'm like, yes.
Exactly, and I like being sore. My voice always squeaks. It's like I'm 13 again. I am 13, going on 24. Do. Hey. Boom.
Did I do it?
Almost.
Okay, sorry. I like being sore too.
I like Thor.
Thor?
I like being Thor.
Making fun of my lisp?
No, I like the movie Thor.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
Asshole.
Do you have a lisp?
Yes.
You don't have a lisp. I would have heard it already.
Huh?
We talked for 2.5 hours. You didn't have a lisp.
I mean, I have a slight lisp.
No. Hey, this
It's
is
not very...
this is the longest podcast I've ever done.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, you don't be sorry. It's an accomplishment.
Oh, okay.
Last
Yay!
one was 220.
Yay.
This one's
I
234.
promise you nobody's ever been listening. Nobody listens to this whole thing.
Why
I
would you
promise
promise me that?
I don't know.
How dare you? You want me to fail?
No.
You want me to die?
I take that back. Your
I
audience
just
in
wanna
Sweden is
die. I don't want to. You just on the logic.
like... I have listened to that particular song, though. I have listened to that particular song. No, your audience in Sweden is like, we gotta listen to every single
Oh,
song.
the Swedish audience. I
The
love.
Swedish people.
Shout out to my Swedes. I fuck with you guys. And by you guys, I mean that one guy in Sweden.
The one...
And the 10 people in the UK. You guys are cool too. Like
Yes,
yeah,
I'm sorry I made fun of your crisps. I really am.
I'm
not. I don't give a
I'm
damn.
not really sorry
Sorry.
either because I enjoy your accents and I'm gonna make fun of them if I want to, you know. And you should call cookies cookies and quit being stupid.
Yeah, what's with that? Or crisps. Why so proper, man?
Crisps,
Why?
crisps for the queen.
Chips, or at least name your French fries something different than chips.
Yeah,
man.
but come out to Texas and I'll sign your
sign
your UK flags.
sign your French fries.
Sign your French fries.
He's gonna sign your flag saying.
I will
French fries
sign
with
your
an A.
chips. Sign your chips, governor. Get your chips signed by me. Okay.
Why?
I need to go to bed. It's 5:40. So you wanna go ahead and wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and plug any social media. Your plans for the future. Where can people find you? Your favorite color. Who? If you're on eHarmony, you know, like whatever you wanna. Your next mixtape. Whatever you think is.
Okay. Favorite color is purple, and if you have a different favorite color, you're wrong. My username is amazing, like MAYS, amazing, because I think I'm original.
Like May Sing.
Like _A_MAYS_ING_.
Oh, okay.
Like amazing, because I'm a
A_Maze_ing_.
underscore. And I want to be a high school world history teacher. So if I teach your children, yay. Sounded so.
I'm just
What's
laughing.
wrong with me?
I'm just laughing because you put
And
your
then-
hands on your hips when you said it, like you just became Superman, like the Superman of high school professors.
Super history teacher. Because history is super.
Please do that when you
Yeah. Catch
give
me on
lectures.
Tinder or at Walmart scanning your milk. Whatever, man.
Walmart in Canyon,
Walmart in Canyon.
the best Walmart.
Don't stalk me.
Stalk
Please.
her.
Don't do that.
Stalk her. I will
I don't
tell
know what.
you.
I don't know what else. That's it.
I will tell you where she's located.
I have blue eyes, so that's fun.
She has blue eyes, blonde hair. Is it blonde?
It's brown.
Okay. She has brownish blonde hair. She wears green shirts, and she's only
Green
18,
shirts.
so she's legal.
Stop it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. You guys know where to find me. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. We're going to take over the world, all 12 of us. So let's get it. All right, I'm gonna play the remainder of that song, and we are signing out. You guys have a good life, and I'll see you next week. I did like 3 podcasts this week, but I usually do them once a week. It just some weird things went down, and we did a lot. But anyway, I'll catch you guys next Sunday. Peace out.
And everybody get a plate. All you fools beefing, we got plenty of steak. They try to protest, shut us down, you too late. See, I don't sweat about the money, I follow my dreams. Fuck all these rappers, all they care about is money trees. I put my heart on every track like the preacher's gonna speak. All you dudes, Roger Clemens, without stare with you weak. I do this in my sleep. So what's it really like to be one of a kind? Fucking semi-charmed life, I ain't third eye blind. If you got the time, make sure you hear this rhyme. Hopefully it gives you motivation to grind. Cause see us fuck all the past, no more looking behind. It's only focus on the future, we can never rewind. Fuck all the past, no more looking behind. It's only look to the future cause we can never rewind. This is my life and I'm here for it. And I'm here for it. This is my life and I'm here for it, yeah. You See, my friends used to front, that's a knife in my bag. And we used to smoke blunts, now you doing straight crack. And we used to talk raps while we laying tracks. I ain't even going defense till you wanna attack. I spit a rap for these whack ass rappers. Hiding crack inside my house and want your rent money back. And do we used to be friends? I ain't down for your past. And dude, your life is like a car that's driving way too fast. And I ain't gonna be in it when it happens. I seen the life taken when it happened, that was tragic. Just like Johnson, I think you lost the magic. I be spitting fire, I said I don't need the matches. Fuck all of your ice, there's way more shit to life than getting tweaked every night. You made a left, now you stuck walking back, trying to make it shit right your whole life. Bitch, good night.